Hey, welcome everybody. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today we are here for the semifinals of the American War of Tears. It's going to be between PsiX versus LiT. I am your caster Snoopy, and I am joined by my co-caster Salavanth.
How are you guys going? Looks like we're going to get pretty much straight into this first game. Everyone's ready on time. And it will be a PvP between Faith and Potato. Potato is a Platinum player, whereas Faith is a Diamond 1, so it does look a little bit in the favor of PsiX for this game number 1, but it is PvP. Anything can happen.
Yeah, this Faith also has also been a new member of ours. I think he's been with us for a few weeks, but he's been pretty active, I say, in like joining team leagues and clan wars. So yeah, he's been able to have a few games for us.
Yeah.
And I believe, yeah, Potato's a pretty much a regular for Team LiT, I think. I've seen him around.
Yeah, I've seen him before. I think he did pretty well in the JSL. But I'm pretty sure he also didn't win.
All right, we're gonna have our first map, our first game in Acid Plant.
I'm pretty sure I remember our very own Warbuff was in the finals, and it was a PVZ, and Warbuff is a Protoss. Or it might have been Sentinel, but either way, I'm pretty sure it was a PVZ, and the Zerg was the one not in PsiX, so it wasn't Potato. So despite the talk in the clan chat, I believe Potato is a legitimate platinum, but I'm sure he will also do his very best.
Yep.
In the top left, representing LiT, looking to overcome the odds and take game number 1, it is Potato. And in the bottom right, the favorite in this matchup so far, looking to get his first kill on the board and start it strong for PsiX, it is the red Protoss, it is Faith. Faith starting the wall off, Potato is not. Interesting. Both sides going up for very fast scouts though. So I wonder if we'll see any sort of shenanigans from either player.
Yeah, I think in PvP there's always that threat of a cannon rush, so always want to go ahead and scout your opponent and see if he's cheesing or not.
Yeah, I do that on the ladder. Both sides going for a gateway though, neither side looks like they're going for a cannon rush. I've set up my whole build in PvP to try and protect against cannon rushes. I have the pylon kind of far back. I put my first gateway outside of the wall so I can wall off with a gateway and a core later on. And I take the gas that's furthest away from the ramp.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
ooh,
nice.
Faith taking a gas steal on Potato. Started it out kind of cheeky. And in the meantime, his own gas can't be stolen. But, yep, a little late on the gas is Faith. But he's getting it now, and he'll obviously catch up in gas pretty fast. Oh, well, that's a lot of probes being pulled from Potato. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Far ahead.
He's better off chrono boosting a Zella, I think, to kill that assimilator.
Yeah, I mean, he's put like 7 probes. 7 probes in total. That's going to take a while to kill. And Faith sees that. I wouldn't be surprised to see Faith just
retake
throw out
it?
a couple of adepts.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, if he retake that gas.
And now with 7 probes nearby, it would be unforgivable if Potato let Faith do that.
And Potato was busy killing that assimilator. He's forgot to throw down the second pylon, which actually supplies block him.
He doesn't have a second gate either, actually. Faith is really zoomed on ahead, and yes, we are going to see the first couple of adepts, because why not if your opponent is not walling off?
Yeah, and it looks like
Faith is actually
Potato is actually not going for a second gateway. Well, now he does, but he I think he's planning to do it for a proxy Stargate or something, because he has a proxy pylon at the third of face base.
Yeah.
So let's see
and
what.
He's not going for Twilight. I think it might be a bit late for a Robo, so I do think a Stargate is the most likely option. We do have a fast Twilight from Faith. Oh no, it is a Robo. There we go.
Well, I guess because he got his gas stolen, he didn't have enough for a Stargate probably. So I guess
Potato
maybe
also has a probe out on the map chasing Faith's probe, just trying to stop any sort of proxy shenanigans going on there. And Faith, I guess, will probably just head back to his base. I don't know, it looks like Faith wants to use the adepts to kill the pylon, the probe, and not even lose any time because he's got them on shade at the same time. So he's going to try and get some economic damage, and you'll also see that there is no natural going on. But he probably isn't quite aware of the exact timings Potato will have because he spent all those... because he used all those probes, taking out that simulator. And it looks like, oh, we do see Potato starting to wall off, actually. That's clever. He sees the adepts coming in advance, builds a couple of pylons there, although that will slow him down.
Oh, he cancelled it.
Yeah.
Canceled the pylon. Oh, he's not even going to go in.
No, there is an adept there. One of the adepts is very low, so I guess he decided he wasn't going to try for it.
Yeah.
And Faith is getting his own proxy pylon. He wants to go for Blink, and oh man, Immortals versus Blink is really good for Potato. Potato has definitely gotten the better end of this build order. But it looks like Faith wants to fight. He's got the unit advantage, even if only for a volley or two. But, oh, Potato's not controlling it properly. Oh no!
Oh.
That's very bad for Potato. He's going to lose both Stalkers, I think. Yes, he is.
That is huge.
Yeah, and it looks like both sides are going to be attacking each other at about the same time. Shield battery already on the way for Faith to block off this ramp, but that won't last long against an Immortal.
Yeah,
But there is no block at all for Potato, and the Adepts and Stalkers will get into the base immediately, and he's going to start attacking these pylons that are protecting. Well, they're actually not the ones powering gates, because both pylons at the front are powering the gates as well. So that's good placement. But all in all, I think we're going to get some sort of base trade going on. 2 shield batteries, but they are unpowered. Immortal is on the way.
oh,
But
but
I don't think that's going
yeah.
to get done in time before those pylons go down. Well, in the meantime, 10 probes left for Potato. I think Faith needs to try and get away with these probes, but it looks like he's trying to buy some time. He doesn't even have energy for a recall. Is he going to try and use it if he gets the chance? I don't know. And the probes are being chased down by Potato.
Oh my god.
What is this game?
Yeah, this is the
Neither
first
side-
game. Oh, he actually gonna
Oh,
recall.
he's recalling. I don't think this is a good idea, but he's going to try. He's going for the blink. He's trying to attack this Immortal. Potato maybe would have been able to turn around and fight there, but... Okay, so let's take a look. Potato is still mining.
Yeah, but he has 7 probes compared to the 19 of Faith.
Yeah, that's true. And Faith has gone back to mining, that's right. I got my wires confused. I've never seen a game like this before.
Yeah. We're starting off this first game in a crazy fashion. Second Immortal is going to come out, and that's actually going to be really, really critical because two Immortal is a lot stronger than 1.
Ooh, it's actually retreating as the pylon gets taken down. I don't think retreating was a good idea there. I think Potato should have taken some pot shots. But as it is, there will be no more Immortals.
Yeah, and
In fact, there will be no more units for a little bit. There's a century of Faith is killing probes.
oh man,
Four probes killed by that sentry, just as you expect every game. When will Blizzard wise up and nerf the sentry harass?
Sentry OP guys. I didn't even catch that. Wow. But now Immortal of his own for Faith, and I don't think he can break this with, especially with 2 shield batteries right there.
Oh no, not with that, not on the ramp. It's not going to happen. And there's 2 Adepts that are going to come in and try and kill the rest of these probes for Potato. And unlike the sentry, the probes cannot fight them head on. Twilight Council on the way for Potato, but Potato can't mine.
Now Potato actually has a recall, but I think sometimes as Protoss you forget you have a recall ability, and so he's gonna walk all his army across the map, which is
especially in a game like this.
yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, Faith is trying to back out, but little does he know, Potato's army is already there. Potato will save his probes, but at the same time it is 7 probes to 20 once again. Oh, Potato kills... Oh no, that's not Potato's pylon, that was Faith's pylon.
Yeah.
For a second I thought Potato had killed his own pylon. That actually belongs to Faith. But it is now 29 supply for Potato to 50 of Faith. Overall, Faith has just handled this very unusual game better. I really thought thought Potato was actually going to win this because of the build order, but the game just turned so crazy that didn't matter as much.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a Dark Shrine coming up from both sides. What the hell are we watching?
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so neither side has any observers right now, but Faith has a robo and Potato doesn't.
Oh, Potato does scout the proxy pylon in his own base, so actually he's gonna go GG. Just gonna go ahead and give Faith the win here.
Presumably saw the army, saw the economy of Faith, and knew there's just no way I'm going to be able to take this one.
Yeah. So pretty crazy game for this first game. Psionic Aftermath does go up 1-0 in this best of 9 series.
Gotta say, out of all the possibilities for that game, I did not expect this.
Yeah. I mean, PvP can sometimes go like that, right?
Well, I guess we did just see it, but I still don't see that most of the time. Both sides want to get very aggressive to start things off.
Oh, Lanfear just got into the stream. Welcome, Lanfear. We just witnessed a pretty entertaining first game there. Faith did get the win, so score is currently 1-0 in favor of Psionic Aftermath, and we'll see what who LiT Esports will send out as their next player.
They're sending out Kia.
Oh yeah, Kia is
the captain will come into battle himself, a Captain Kirk rather than a Captain Picard.
So if you guys don't know, the American War of Tears is a team league that was started by Kia himself. He's the, I guess you could call him the CEO or the founder. And basically, it's a team league where, well, I guess if you guys are here, you probably know what it is. But for those of you that don't, it's a team league where there's a $10 entry fee, and each team plays it out, and they get 50%. The first place get 50% of the money in the end. So I think there's 6 teams this season, so that's $30, I believe, for the first place winner.
There you go. So in the end, it's not really about the money, it is about the bragging rights. About the competition itself.
Mm-hmm.
The spirit of competition is alive and well in these teams. I'm glad to be on a team like PsiX, which competes in so many events.
Yeah, yeah.
I will in fact be playing as our number 3 player, if it gets that far. Considering how strong LiT's lineup is, I think we very well will get to those 4th and 5th players on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
The Masters ones. It is 2 Diamonds, 1 Master 3, myself PsiX, and 2 Masters 1s.
Yep.
At least in theory, you can send out lower people, of course, as we saw with Potato. But those are the caps for each round. And here we go. In the top left, representing Psionic Aftermath, getting a very strange Game 1 victory over Potato. It is Psionic Aftermath's Faith. And in the bottom right, representing LiT Esports, the captain himself, the organizer of the team league, the big cheese, the big kahuna, the boss man, it is Kia. I think we might see another interesting game, because anyone who's played Kia more than once knows Kia's a weird guy.
Oh, yeah.
He will do builds no one else does.
I've seen it. I've witnessed it.
One of his signature PvZ builds is a fake Nexus into a 5-gate proxy Zealot. I'm not talking about a fake third. I mean a fake natural Nexus.
Wow.
It's a 1 base all-in that just takes a second Nexus for appearance's sake. I've seen it.
Kia changing the meta 1 game at a time, I think.
Kia has his own meta. And we'll have to see if Faith can follow it, although given he won that first game, I think he's okay with weird games.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to see what Kia decides to do. Again, Kia also not walling off. He's got like a bit of a wall off there, but it's not a wall off at the ramp, so we might see some adepts from Faith again. But we'll have to wait and see what both sides do. Faith proved he's willing to mix it up. Kia, we know, is willing to mix it up. Kia is getting a bit of a weird gas opening. He's rallying gases in there. Oh, there you go. Kia is saying 5 teams, first place gets $50, and it's a $20 buy-in.
Wait, is he? Hold up, is he stream cheating?
No, it's a 2-minute delay. So.
Okay.
It's I guess he must have closed it as the game started.
Oh, okay, I see.
But since it's a 2-minute delay, he would have just heard that, and then he would have had to get a proper time to type it.
Yeah, so
in case PvP, we do have a 2-minute delay on this, so I wouldn't be particularly worried. And we do have a 3rd gateway coming out here. 2 Stalkers on the way for Kia. 2 Adepts for Faith. I'm not sure if that's his normal style, or if he just does that against people who don't wall off. Faith going for a Stargate, but in his base. So both sides playing a pretty aggressive, pretty safe openings. They can be aggressive or safe depending on exactly how they want to play it, but neither side going for a standard expansion timing. 2-gate Nexus being the standard. Oh, doesn't quite get that probe. So that probe will scout. In fact, it will get into the base and it'll see everything, that probe. No, it won't. It's going for a proxy. And that is one ballsy proxy. It's just right there.
Yeah.
It's like a screen away from Faith's own probe.
Oh, these adepts will be bypassing each other. Now, Kia's base is actually open, so these adepts have... They can just pretty much enter the base and wreak havoc. While Faith actually has his wall walled off. So he'll be safe against these adepts.
Faith is distracted by the units of Kia, but Faith has gotten the adepts into the main base. Probes are being pulled to try and take down these adepts, and they will, but Oh, so much is going to die in the meantime. Kia not sure what to do. He's just pulling all of his units. All of his probes. 7 probes go down, but a couple of probes already gone down on Faith's side of the map as well. But this wall is good. The 2 shield batteries are good. That Stalker almost dies, but doesn't. And Faith takes a commanding lead here.
Ooh, that shield batteries just finished just in time. So I think, yeah, Faith should be good right now. Still, the Adepts are in base, but they will be finally cleaned up.
Missed targeting from Faith. Busy on the other side of the map. Was attacking a Stalker, and the Stalker didn't even die.
Oh, yeah. But he did get
21 probes, 15. How do you control like two? How do you control 2 places at once like that? It's so difficult. It's basically impossible. It really comes down to what you decide to prioritize. And we see that what Faith has chosen to prioritize, quite rightly, is his defense against this 4-gate. He's building Phoenixes. He's built Stalkers. There's no way Kia's breaking this. And Faith is just using that first Phoenix to scout, to check what's going on. And he sees, alright, 3 gates here. No expansion.
Oh, nice force field though.
That was a nice force field indeed, and he can get this pylon, which will allow him access, but the 2 shield batteries are still there. One of them's actually really low on energy though.
Oh my god, he's targeting on the Artosis pylon there.
Oh, he is, but in the meantime, he's going to lose all of his units.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, I don't think that was worth it.
I think, but more Stalkers than that are coming in. Yep, he's got to back away there. But these Adepts will get into the main at this point.
Oh, he does let it finish.
Shield goes up, but that won't do much good against 2 Adepts if they're focus fired correctly. He lifts one of them up, and Kia's not taking this opportunity to attack, actually. Again, if you're controlling the Adepts and attacking at the same time is so incredibly difficult. These players are Diamond. Diamond is actually pretty good in the grand scheme of things. It is like these players are in like the top 10% of Protoss players, but at the same time, there's still so much to learn in StarCraft, and even top masters have trouble with situations like this where they have to be microing on 2 fronts at once. Even a lot of pros have trouble with that.
Yeah, and
unless your name's Innovation, you can't really micro properly on 2 fronts at once while macro.
Innovation.
And that's like 2015, 2017 Innovation.
Okay, so it looks like Kia is going to go ahead and back out. He knows he can't really go up the ramp as there's Stalkers, Sentries, and even shield batteries. So he's going to go ahead and try to macro out of this. The 2 Adepts did get 4 probes, so it does kind of even out the worker count, but still in favor of Faith here.
Yeah, but Faith is changing that now. He's taken down a few probes with his Phoenixes. Will he lose one? No, it actually stays alive. So it's going to be Phoenixes versus just ground units, so the tech advantage is for Faith as well as the economic advantage, but it's still 6.5 minutes in and no side has taken an expansion.
Yeah, the Phoenix will, I guess throughout the whole game, will continue to get more probes. They can snowball really quickly, as we all know in PvP it does. And so, yeah, it looks like Faith is going to go ahead, finally get out, and I think both players will start transitioning into the mid game here with a Nexus Expo, it seems. Maybe.
Yeah, the question is, will Faith decide to just push across the map and try and use his Phoenixes to lift up all the Stalkers of Kia? I think that's exactly what he's going to do, and I think it would work too. He's got 5 Phoenixes. Kia only has like 6 Stalkers at the moment. He could lift up half of Kia's army, kill it, and then kill the other half.
Yeah, and with his opening, Kia's Twilight Council is going to be really late, so Blink is going to not finish in time for a long time actually, and these looks like Faith is going to go ahead and attack before that even happens. He's going to go ahead and
sentries are at the ramp, so Faith does need to. Oh, yep, Faith needs to lift those up and kill them. But 1 Phoenix per sentry, not the best trade in the world. And we do have a Dark Shrine from Kia. When behind Dark Shrine, why not? Would you have a Stargate out, but no Oracles? But surely, Faith, if he's active with these Phoenixes, he should see this Stargate, this Dark Shrine at some point. Robo going down for Faith, actually. So I don't know if he saw it, but he knows the possibility is there. He's taking his own Nexus and preparing to be defensive, because he knows Kia hasn't taken an expansion yet. And he's going to confirm that with his Phoenixes now.
To be honest, I like this decision by Kia. I mean, considering his position, this was probably the best choice, because usually when Protoss go for air units, they don't have detection, and that's kind of like a possibility of your way of getting back into the game. So Kia going for, I think, what could have been the best possible tech, but Faith does get on top of it, gets his robo, and should be able to produce an observer.
He knows what's going on.
Oh, nice. And getting
Lifting
more
up some
probes. Yep, 6 more.
Gonna sacrifice a couple of Phoenixes for that. Actually, oh wow, that Phoenix survives. Jeez, those Phoenixes are just getting so much value over time. Kia building a pylon to resume that proxy gateway that Faith never actually quite killed. While Faith is stuck on the ramp, he's hold positioning there in case of the Dark Templar coming in before the Observer is done, so they can't actually get up the ramp. They'd have to chop their way through all of these units first, but the Observer is here.
Yeah, these deities won't be able to do too much.
First Dark Templar comes in and hits a wall. Boom! Just disappears. The second one will start doing some damage in the natural, but in the meantime, it's 28 probes to 16. More and more probes have gotten killed before we even saw it by those Phoenixes. They've just gotten so much damage. They've killed 24 probes have been killed by Faith this game.
Oh, wow.
Kia's killed 11 as well. He's been no slouch either, but you can really see the difference. Both sides have made similar amounts of probes. Kia's actually made 40 probes this game, and Faith's made 38. Now both sides have made 40 probes this game now, but look at how many more Faith has.
Yeah, it looks like Kia actually canceled his Nexus, so he's going all in here. This is pretty much his last attack.
It's a charge lot attack, that's all he's going to have. But we do have a bunch of Phoenixes. We do have a lot of Stalkers and Sentries. Good force fields! Oh, wow! And the force fields are not good from Faith. They actually... There's charge lots are locked into the arena. You're not locked in here with me. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. But at the same time, with the shield batteries, with all of these Stalkers, with all of these Phoenixes, I think there's just too much for Faith. 77 supply to 36. More force fields go down. Really good from Kia. But I just don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah.
Phoenixes, many of them are so low, but they're still doing their damage. They're still getting their lifts up. They're nearly out of energy, but it's just too much. GG, well played. And it will be 2-0 up for Psionic Aftermath and a couple of very crazy PvPs.
Looks like Faith is on top of his PvP game, getting the first 2 wins. Now, LiT Esports will have to go ahead and send in their first Masters 3 player. Or they could send a Diamond player up to them, see who's in their lineup so far.
Potato actually messaged me on Discord saying that the build he used, the Proxy Robo, I actually taught him that back when I was still in LiT.
Oh, wow.
Because I remember I actually taught him that for a CTL game.
That's pretty...
I learned it myself for CTL, and I taught it to Potato back when we were still both on the same team. And he's still using it today.
Wow. That's awesome. You still have your fingerprint on LiT Esports clan with that build.
Exactly.
The effect of Salavant. All right, looks like who's this next player of theirs? It's gonna be Wow. Wow.
Maui Wowie.
Maui Wowie.
And we will be going to Kata. That's right, where you can play any map as long as we don't repeat maps. So we may see a lot of the same maps today.
All right.
Another Protoss, is it?
No. Let's see.
No, says no.
He is a Terran player, so we're gonna have a different matchup this time. It's gonna be a PVT, and it's gonna be on Catalyst.
Let's take a look at the stats of these players. Maui's played a lot of games this season. He's played 664 ladder games this season. His TVP is at 49%, sitting at 100 wins and 103 losses. And let's see, I've got 4 seconds. Can I check Faith in time?
Nope.
Yes, I can.
Oh, you can? Oh, nice.
Faith has a 78% win rate against Terran.
Wow.
25 wins and 7 losses on the ladder, so I can't wait to see what he pulls off against Maui, because that is an absurd win rate in this matchup. What is Faith doing? Yeah, he said Catalyst. Yeah, that is Catalyst.
All right.
Yeah, I think we're good. So, in the top left, representing LiT Esports, desperately needing to get a game on the board, it is the Blue Terran. It is Maui Wowie. And in the bottom right, with 2 crazy PvPs looking to continue in PvT, which looks to be his best matchup by a country mile. It is the red Protoss. It is Psionic Aftermath's Faith. He's going to get that gateway to wall off against the Reaper, preventing it from coming in from 2 different angles. We do see the barracks from Maui, so pretty standard so far, as well as the refinery. But yeah, I really want to see what Faith does. Is he just that good in the matchup, or does he have some sort of crazy cheese?
Now we did, if you didn't see it earlier on, Faith did get a show match with Goon, who is a Terran player, and he died completely to Widowmine drops. That's just like Kryptonite or something. And so
I didn't see it. I believe it was 5-4 to Goon in the end, wasn't it?
Yep, it was a close series, but Faith throughout that whole series just pretty much had a lot of trouble against Widowmines killing his probe. So we'll see if Faith can do better against that, or if Maui Waui is going to go.
Maui trying to go for an engineering bay block, but doesn't get it down in time.
Oh.
You could see he was going for it because of the silhouette at the Nexus, but doesn't get it. Maui, on the other hand, he's building a supply depot hidden while he's building a tech lab. He's going to go for a very fast attack. Oh, I think I've seen this before. He's just going to make marauders out of one barracks constantly. I've actually just completely died to this. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell happened. I actually asked on the PsiX Discord, and I didn't get any reply from the top masters or anything. So I think either they didn't see it or they're having trouble against the same build too.
So basically, if you see this, which he does see this, all he needs to do is make some stalkers and shield batteries, and I think he should be fine. Now the interesting thing is that the bunker, that's an added surprise there, because I don't see that usually in the Marauder Rush.
So Faith should know it's going. He's creating a robo. That's exactly what I did. We'll have to see if the tech is ready in time, because it really wasn't for me. Yeah, but Maui is going for a command center. He isn't committing super hard to this, whereas my opponent on the ladder did. So I think this will be fine for Faith. He'll probably take some damage on that Nexus. Won't be able to mine from it for a bit, maybe. Only be able to mine from certain patches, but he will get an Immortal out in time. And he will stop this, and it will just be a bit of a nuisance. Maui's not committing hard to this. They're only building 2 Marauders, just enough to fit in 1 barracks, kind of hoping that Faith will actually overreact. And Faith doesn't appear to be overreacting. He is cutting just a few probes. Actually, he's pulling probes to try and kill this bunker before the Marauders get there. That's actually a really good move. The bunker is actually being salvaged. Ooh, but that Stalker's going to take a lot of damage. It's retreating to the shield battery. Faith needs to... I think he might need to pull probes, and he does, yeah. But overall, he's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting an Immortal out, which actually isn't even needed against these 2 Marauders, but Faith doesn't know exactly what's coming from behind. He doesn't have any scouts out on the main. Now we're trying to take out this pylon, which is preparing the shield battery. But Faith's just going to dive in and out of shield battery range and do some damage to these Marauders, because the Marauders can't heal and the Stalkers can, as long as they don't take hull damage. Ooh. 1 Marauder goes down. The shield battery has actually used up energy, but its usefulness, its time has passed. It's no longer needed. Good hold by Faith, and overall both sides pretty even, but we do have Immortals continuing to come out from Faith. I wonder if he's going to do some sort of counter push once he realizes that this wasn't really a super heavy commitment.
Yeah, he definitely can, or he could just tech up and macro up to him. We'll see pretty soon. So far he's making just a Mortal and an Observer, so I don't think, I'm not sure actually.
He's got the Observer queued up next, which means he probably isn't going to go for any sort of attack. I think he'd want a 3rd Immortal also if he wanted to go for an attack.
Or a War Prism
in the meantime,
too.
From Maui's side, we do see, I believe it's going to be a Marine Marauder 2-on-1 sort of drop. Because he's swapping that starport over to the reactor. We won't see any Widow Mine drops today, it looks like, and he's getting a 3rd barracks, so it looks like he's going to be playing pretty standard, but just going to do a bio-focused drop-heavy opener. But with 2 Immortals, 4 Stalkers, Faith should be totally fine against this if he's positioned properly. Faith taking a 3rd base. 5 minutes. Little late for a typical PvT, but because of that opening, which cut both players' economies just a little bit, I'd say it's a good timing. Faith seems to be good at getting back on track.
Yeah, I agree.
But we do have these 2 medivacs about to come out. So, Stim is nearly done. So we will see a 2-on-1 sort of drop, but with a couple of Marauders added to it instead of 16 Marines. And we'll have to see how Faith deals with this. He does have a lot of units.
Yeah, he's also had the Observer on the right side, so he's going to be able to spot it if it goes through that pathway, which it looks like it's...
Looks like it will.
Yep, yeah, looks like it will.
It's a good spot to put the Observer. I pretty much always put my Observer there in PvT. And Faith should see this coming. and he does. Blink is not ready yet, but he does have just so many units that he should be totally okay. This pylon is vulnerable, but at the same time, yeah, there's just so many units, it's not going to do anything. If he had Blink, that would just be dead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's got his whole right side covered. He has 2 observer in there in that pathway, so he's gonna see any
but I think
drops.
now he might scan it because that's a very common place to put an observer.
Yeah.
I know he's stimming it, trying to take out this gateway. It looks like, but looks like not all of his units are in agreement of exactly what to do. But oh, this stalker goes down. Yeah, that's kind of the problem with that gateway placement. It can be sniped like that.
Yeah, but it's worth it. It does prevent the Reaper from coming up and scouting.
Yeah, and losing a gateway at this stage is not the end of the world. You can always remake that pretty easily. Double Forge on the way from Faith. In the meantime, we do have +1 weapons nearly finished for Maui, but he's only got a single engineering base, so he will have the upgrade advantage, but not for particularly long. He might be going for a combat shield timing. It looks like he wants to attack in 2 places at once, at the 3rd base and at the main. We'll have to see how Faith... Oh, Faith only has 2 stalkers here. Maui could take advantage of this. One medivac is going to go down, but there's not enough units here. More stalkers being warped in, and they are blink stalkers, but I don't think that's going to be enough. He needs to pull some units, but in the meantime, does some devastating damage, destroys all of the forces at the left side, but the right side is getting a lot of damage done.
Oh man, these probes gotta be evacuated.
The army split not happening quite in advance. The recall, finally he has the energy for it, but all of these probes are going to go down. That's 14 probes dead. The medivac will die. These units will not get away, but they did not die in vain. They've done a lot of damage to Faith. But Maui's lost a lot of army, so I wonder if Faith is just going to go across the map and push.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think it was a win for Maui Wowie. Got a good amount of economic damage, and now he has the worker lead, and on top of that, he does have the mules, of course.
He's got a lot... Faith has a lot of work, a lot of units. He has +1/+1 in charge on the way. He's making more gates. I'd like to see him just build a warp prism as soon as he can, as soon as that robo is powered again, and go and try and kill Maui. Because Maui has only a couple of medivacs, he's got nothing but bio. Doesn't even have a super large amount of bio, and Faith isn't even waiting for the warp prism, he's just going to straight up go. And usually you do want to wait for a warp prism for an attack like this, but I guess Faith saw this is his window, and actually Maui's going out to attack as well, but he's going to be a little late. Actually, a planetary fortress going up at that 3rd base, Maui really thinks he's in danger. And he is. He's not wrong.
Oh, but I don't think it's going to be able to stay alive.
He's going down. Oh, and Maui is moving back.
Yeah. It's always a tough decision to either decide to actually counterattack or actually move back into your base to defend.
Yeah, and Maui is attacking here. Lots of charge lots here, but there is no AoE. And I think that actually with the attack forces softened up by the planetary fortress, Maui's just going to dive on this and kill everything. Oh man, that's really bad for Faith actually.
Well, he's gonna
have to... the planetary fortress, I think he could have won that fight.
Yeah, he's gonna... Faith definitely has to warp in some units. All he needs to do is to defend, and he will be in a great position here.
Yeah, I don't think he should be warping any more gates here. He needs all the money he can get to spend on units. He's warping in more and more charge lots, and stalkers. But will that be enough? I think it might. There's not a huge amount of bio here. It's a bit softened up. I think we'll be okay, especially with an extra, with another warp in. Especially, he'll be okay.
I mean, upgrades are even. So
he's out of position. Good positions from Maui. Those charge lots can't get in.
Oh wow!
He's using his own buildings.
Oh man!
Oh look at that! That's
beautiful.
But in the end, there's just too many charge lots. And Maui forced back away again. Both sides just seeming to be unable to attack the other. Every time one side tries to attack, they get smacked down by the defender's advantage.
Yeah, with that hold, I think Faith is looking to be in a really great position. He does have the 3rd base. Maui trying to get his 3rd base back up, but it's going to be finished just right now. And
yeah, both sides are pretty even economically. Tech is pretty even for both sides as well.
Yeah.
Both on low tech, neither of them going towards Storm or Liberators or any of that great stuff, but upgrade lead is about to be 2 upgrades in favor of Faith. I think that's the big difference here. And a Warp Prism, a couple of sentries on the way for Faith. I think Faith may want to attack again, but this is just pretty much a pure gateway force with some Immortals, and the higher these supplies get, the worse this army becomes. But oh, we do see a double drop, killing the Robo actually. And going to take out some of these pylons. Nice move. Blink goes down, but doesn't get any of the medivacs. Faith needs to take away a few stalkers and defend that main, I think. Yep, he's built 4 stalkers. 4 stalkers do 2-shot a medivac, so that's sort of the amount you want for a drop defense typically. And Maui's going in again, but no, he sees it in time. And backs away.
Yeah, Fate definitely, I think, needs some more stalkers. I don't think 4 stalkers will be enough to deny 2 medivacs worth. Although it might scare him a bit. Oh no, he's moving all the way to the left.
Both sides moving out again. Oh, these sides are just, they're too in sync. One person moves, the other reacts. This is like yin and yang right now. The 2 armies just circling each other.
It's like
over
cat
and over
and
throughout
mouse.
eternity. But Protoss does have recall, and he decides, alright, that's it, I'm coming back.
Oh my god, this is like deja vu, except it's the other way around this time.
That's right, and this time, oh, Maui could have gone up that ramp and maybe gotten a good position, but he chooses to back away. Oh, this flank is actually, this could be terrible for Maui. This flank is going to be really strong. There's so many charge lots here, there's not really anywhere to run.
Oh, a blink and sniping off the medivacs.
Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Faith chases down Maui's army. Maui's trying to kite, but it's just not enough. His bio is so low, it's got no medivacs, it's going to all get destroyed. And Faith takes a commanding supply lead, but Maui Wowie actually has the economic lead. Faith hasn't been producing many probes. Faith has +3/+3 on the way, and again, oh, another double drop. It hits where the stalkers are not.
Oh, but
and it will take out all these stalkers, but the bio is so low, but the DPS amount is so much, it doesn't matter.
Although with the
medivacs are healing as best they can.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he should be able to defend. Oh, actually, he's gonna go ahead and recall this.
He's recalling his whole army to deal with just a couple of medivacs. So great move by Maui Wowie. He just needs to buy time. 2-2 is actually done for him now.
Oh, so
but
yeah.
he still hasn't gotten up to any sort of higher tech. But then neither is Faith. Both sides just a gentleman's agreement. Like, all right, I won't go Stim if you don't go Liberators. We good? We good. And Faith, with his maze of buildings in his main base, he actually has 3 Zealots and a Stalker trapped in that main from the recall.
Oh boy.
And guys, I'd like to get out now.
Free me out of this jail.
I really need to pee. One of the stalkers blinks out, and Zealot's like, "You bastard! Take me with you." We do have a planetary fortress up for Maui at that 3rd again, so I don't think Faith should be attacking it. Maui is out of position though, stimming in. Oh, this could be pretty bad for Faith actually, but he does back away. And
nice force field!
Force fields are amazing! Oh my god! Now he just goes a bit too far forward. He's sending in his SCVs to desperately try and save this.
Oh no, the force field now is working against him.
Oh, I think it is enough actually. I think Maui is going to push this back again.
Yeah, but 22 SCVs here going down.
This is deja vu again. This is the exact same thing that happened to Faith last time. But again, Faith actually doing an attack with Zealots at the natural as well. Almost taking out a starport, taking out a bunch of units, taking out a barracks, getting a lot of damage done with these charge lots, forcing Malware to turn around, but now Faith has the economic lead because he killed 20 workers with that attack and he's taking a 4th. What is this game?
Oh man.
Faith just seems to thrive on games like this, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He seems to always get involved in these kinds of situations where both sides are just smashing each other. 2 robos on the way for Faith. One of he's just trying to make more immortals, if he's finally going to tech up and go into Colossi. But he does have 3-3 now. He has 3-3, he has no Colossi, he has no Storm, no Disruptors. This is like one of the first PvPs I've ever seen where the Protoss has 3-3 before any area of effect damage. But the supplies have just been so low all game that it doesn't matter. It's really like 130 supply or so that Terran army becomes super strong against anything except AoE. And Maui's, in a 15-minute game, Maui's basically never gotten there. But both sides do have their 4 bases up now. Maui does have a Ghost Academy. Faith is getting a Robo base, so it looks like we'll finally be getting some tech out of these guys. And I think with double Robo, I think we're going to see Colossi.
Oh, but we do have a Warp Prison drop into the main of the Terran here. He doesn't seem to be reacting, so I think he's just going to go all in here, pulling some SCVs along with the tech.
Yeah, that is nice. I think he's trying to defend with his... hold that thought. There's an engagement at the main. I think Faith gets a slighter better end of that. What I was saying before was that he's just going to try and let his reinforcements take care of it, and they will. They will eventually clean this up. What really matters is this engagement right here. This fourth base for the Protoss is not a planetary
Oh my God.
fortress. Please, Vic.
He's not paying
all
attention.
the charge lots getting caught away from the army. I think Maui wins this. Faith has got to sacrifice this base. There's no way he can defend it. The EMP is coming down. I think Maui might actually just take this game.
Yeah. Oh man, Charge Lot trying to tank the damage, but I don't know. I think it's gonna be all gone, and now it's just only Blinkstalkers left.
Both sides losing a lot of supply, but like you said, there's only Blinkstalkers. A Colossus is on the way for Faith, but I just don't think it's going to be in time. In the meantime, these Zealots are still here, still doing damage.
Oh, but it's
in
gonna
the main base.
Yeah, it's finally gonna be cleaned up though.
Faith's heading towards the third. These Robos, I think, will be destroyed before this Colossus comes out. Yes, they will.
Ooh, those Colossus would have been really helpful. Although there's a lot of Marauders here, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, lots of probes going down, and the last stand, perhaps, of Faith, as he moves in with his charge lots, with his Blinkstalkers, trying to get what damage done he can.
Oh, these
and will it be enough?
These
it's
medevacs
so close.
Yeah, these medevacs are out of energy.
Faith is going to hold this. What the hell?
What a hold here.
And these medevacs are all going to get sniped. And it is now 17 minutes into the game. It is 76 supply to 87.
Oh man, beautiful, beautiful defense there.
But I think Maui is ahead now, I think. I don't know. Maui has 4 bases, but he only has 34 workers.
Oh,
I don't know.
This Warp Prism.
Only has 2 orbs.
Oh, this Warp Prism does go down though. So no counterattack from Faith.
So we have 1 base of income for Faith because both his second and third are half mined out. While we have sort of 2 bases of income for Maui Wowie. So Maui Wowie actually has a superior economy, and he's got the superior army supply. He's getting 3-3. I think Maui is ahead here.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Colossi are starting to be on the way for Faith. In the meantime, a Doom Drop being loaded up by Maui. Yeah. Could this be the nail in the coffin?
Now, Faith did see it with the Observer if he was paying attention. He could snipe it with the Blinkstalkers, but it does not look like he's actually scouted that, as he's not positioning his army to the right side.
He does have an Observer that will be in position, does Faith.
Oh,
but
so
again,
out of position.
He's so out of he does have recall available.
Okay, that's good.
And the first Colossus comes out. And here comes the Doom Drop. Will he recall to deal with this? No, he's just going to choose to take it on the old-fashioned way. There's nothing actually really...
Oh, he recalls the trap Zealous in the
He finally
prison.
notices them. Blinkstalkers come up to try and take out some of these medivacs.
Oh my god, if
with
he can...
Colossus here.
You can snipe these
These 2
medevacs.
medivacs are actually going to get caught, yeah. But there's not actually that many charge logs. He's just going to stop and fight. He's going to try and take on this Colossi. That's a really bad idea for Maui, actually. Faith retreats it, and a lot of units are going to get lost. Oh my god, Maui's army just disintegrates.
Oh my god. And that's always the tough part as Terran, when you choose or decides to focus fire on the Colossus instead of just attacking. But well microed by Faith there.
Oh yeah, and in the meantime we have Vikings coming out from Maui and another Colossus coming out from Faith. Maui is still 25 supply ahead throughout all this. He's going to send a force through the map to try and attack this 4th base before it gets completed.
Yeah, I like this attack on the left side. There's no vision for it, but I do want him to actually go ahead and double prong attack. I think that would spread the Protest army thin. But instead, he's just going to go ahead and just attack with this left side army.
He's not going for the next, he's just going for the probes that are long distance mining. And Faith really needs every probe he can get. Will this Nexus actually go down? I think it might. This is going to be close.
Definitely.
Yeah, it is going to go down. It is going to get cancelled, but this medivac is forfeit. Blink, boom.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, if he does not focus fire on that medevac.
Not really blink, boom, more blink, 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 boom. But still goes down. 20 minutes in. Still, neither side has gone above 130 supply for very long, but Maui is now taking a more and more decisive lead as time goes on.
Yeah, we are currently 20 minutes into the game, and I would say Maui Wowie looking pretty good so far, up 135 to 96 supply.
Yeah, he's got more bases, he's got more workers. He's now evened up the armies, he's now evened up the upgrades. It's 3-3 apiece. There are 2 Colossi out for Faith, and only a few... Oh no, there are a few Vikings, but the Stalkers begin to eat away at them.
Oh, here we go.
This could be the final fight. Good force fields go down, but these Colossi are going to start taking a lot of damage. The second one gets sniped down by the Bio, but is it fast enough? I don't know if it is. The Vikings are landing, but they will get slaughtered. The force fields keeping the Bio out, but still it is nothing but Stalkers and Sentries. Maui Wowie desperately trying to break this. Will he have enough? I think he might just have finally done it.
Oh,
and
man.
Yes, he has.
Yep.
Maui has broken Faith. It will be a GG, and we will move on to game number 4. Maui has double the supply of Faith. It is only a matter of time now. 5th base is up for Maui Wowie. And Maui's army is just too good. It is 54 army supply to 11. Maui's backing off for now, but I don't see how Faith can come back from this one.
Yeah, Faith finally get that 4th up. It seems like forever to get that 4th up as it kept getting denied. But yeah, it looks like Maui Wowie has this game in control, in his hands. It will take an epic failure for him to actually give Faith the win here.
Yeah, unless he like sacrifices all his armies by having it sniped by sniped while still in the medivacs or something. There's no way that Maui Wowie is going to lose this one. Even so, he's just got a huge economic lead. He's actually floated his main across to take that 5th base. But yeah, Faith is smiling. I think he knows his beat actually.
Yeah.
He sees the army. He sees it under the observer. He knows. He knows Maui's army. He knows he's pretty much dead, but he's going to stay in the game for one last hurrah anyway. Colossus on the way, but there's 4 Vikings to deal with. There's actually 6, but 2 of them are landing, just providing some support. The Vikings are like, hey guys, I know we're flying, but you know what? We are with you. We are your pals. We will stand together.
Oh man. He's going to have to
One
force
Viking
field.
looks like it will get sniped down, but
Oh, these Zealots.
that force field actually works against Faith.
Yeah.
And Maui just has way too much. GG comes
GG.
out, and Maui will be victorious. What a game. What a showing from Faith. 3 crazy, crazy games.
But Maui Wowie does give LiT Gaming the first score on the scoreboard. So currently the score is 2-1 still in favor of PsiX.
Yeah, and it will be Terran Lord coming out next for PsiX, which means it will be a TVT.
Mm-hmm.
And Kia appears to have left the party.
Huh.
I guess he
Interesting.
decided to just watch from the stream. Trust
Yeah.
us to keep things going.
Let's go ahead and re-invite him. Oh no, actually he's offline it seems. So maybe he would
Yeah,
he had some
maybe he got
internet issue?
disconnected.
Yeah.
Let's ask.
Do you get the invite for Terran Lord? I want to suggest to party.
We just got I just got added on Discord. I thought it might have had something related to this, but it didn't.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was just alt-tabbed, because I thought I might have been being added by Kia or something, because he is part of our PsiX Discord in the general public channel.
I see.
But no, looks like we're just getting Terran Lord in, and we are gonna go for the next game.
Yep. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Oh, it looks like Sunlily has joined. Welcome,
Hey,
Sunlily. By the
I
way,
waved even though you couldn't see it.
uh,
You're like doubly removed, because not only can you not see me physically, but it's also not even my stream.
all right. So we're just gonna go ahead and try to wait for Kia to get back on.
Alright, while we wait for Kia, I will be right back. I will promote you to leader in case you need to do something. And I'm gonna grab a drink.
All right. All right. We have finally Kia back in. All right, so Kia is back on. We have Terran Lord in the party. It will be his map of choice because, of course, Psionic Aftermath did lose this last game. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a sip of my brisk iced tea here as we wait for Salman to come back. Refreshing, refreshing.
And I'm back.
Alright, Salamat is back. So, Tamerlane is going to go ahead and choose Backwater as his map of choice. Which is pretty good choice, by the way. Because Backwater, I feel, is like the best map for Terran.
Don't let his diamond status fool you. Terran Lord is one of those players who is much more dangerous in a clan war or a tournament than he is on ladder or even on practice.
Oh yeah, he's got plenty of experience in these team leagues and clan wars.
Put it this way, I did a practice session with him a couple of weeks back. I used my Stargate build, which I never use, and I think I won 4-0. Then I faced him in the Masters Swan Open the other day, and he won the first game.
Oh wow.
Against my regular style. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
It's like all logic thrown out the window.
I did manage to come back, but it was a very close series.
Yeah, Terran pretty pretty good player there.
And this was in the semi-finals, so Terran Lord had come pretty far just to get here in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was a pretty great match. And a pretty great tournament, all in all.
Yep.
Masters Swan Open is open to anyone below 4.9k MMR, which is about Masters 2.
It's a tournament.
And it happens once every month, run by the Cranky Dumplings clan.
Yep.
Just a shout out to them, just because I'm so happy that there are tournaments in that range, because for someone like me at the bottom of Masters, there aren't really that many opportunities for me to play.
Yeah.
This TAWOT is another opportunity, because there is a Masters 3 slot. Thank you, Kia, for that.
Yep, thank you, Kia, for creating the TAWOT.
Especially for, I really like when a slot is put in for players who don't normally get to play, because a lot of clans play in many of these team leagues, so it's nice to have a nice spread of different players who can play. So here we go. In the top left, representing LiT, winning a grueling PVT, very low tech, very back and forth for such a long time. It is the blue Terran, it is Maui Wowie. But in the bottom right, looking to bring it back, looking to push LiT to their aces, it is the orange, I suppose, kind of brownish orange.
Yeah,
Terran,
orange.
it is Terran Lord. I guess it's not a bright orange, it is sort of a dull orange. Which makes sense, those bright colors would be just erased away on the harsh desert sands of Backwater. I guess Maui Wowie's not planning on a long game because he's got this bright blue. The sand's just going to do hell on the paint there. That's how I know he's planning on cheesing. It's because of the color, it's because of the paint.
Oh.
You heard it here first.
The color gives it all away.
Exactly. You're saying you don't follow the color meta?
I mean, at this point, you know, people will start saying color OP, right?
Ooh, and this SCV does go down. Terran Lord denies the scout from Maui. And he's going for double gas, so actually that's a really important scout to deny. Because didn't I even see that?
Wait, did he
No.
see it? Oh, he did not see it. Yeah, he did not see it.
He doesn't know that Terran Lord is going for a fast tech. So this could be very interesting.
Oh, you know what's also interesting? The Maui Wowie's barrack and supply depot placement. It does block the Reaper from coming in, so
that's
nice.
A good placement. It's the same thing that a lot of Protosters do with their pylon and gateway on this map.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You do have a factor in a Reaper coming down, but I think we're going to see a 1-1-1 sort of style coming out of Terran Lord, given how much gas he's taken. The only question is what units are going to come out of it. Unless, I suppose, Terran Lord could make a reactor from the barracks and go for reacted cyclones. That's always a good opening. I saw in Lumia versus Eamon in the other semi-finals of that Master Swan Open, Eamon, the European Terran, had a bunker and 2 siege tanks set up against Lumia's 1-base cyclone play. And then he salvaged the bunker thinking, alright, I've got my orders, I've got siege tanks, I'm fine. But Lumia just spread out his 6 cyclones, went and killed everything else. The casters were amazed, I was amazed. The chat was amazed. No one figured that would happen except Lumia, who was the one who attacked. So we have 2 Reapers from Terran Lord versus the no Reapers from Maui. Maui's playing completely in the dark, actually.
Yeah, he's pretty much
He does scan now,
oh yeah, yeah.
bringing light to the darkness.
I
We
remember.
have cyclones.
Did you play Wings of Liberty? Or
Yeah, I was never good in Wings of Liberty, but I did play it.
Well, did you play? Yeah, you played Hard at Swarm, right? At least.
Yep, I've played all three.
Okay, yeah. So
it was never any good.
yeah, back in the day, like when Terran was scanned at like 5 minutes, we will actually joke about it, because 5 minute scans were just like ridiculous early. But then it's like interesting to see how in Legacy of the Void, Terrans are scanning like 3 minutes here. So.
Well, you got to remember that the game is a lot faster now than it was then, because you start with 12 workers. And as well, do you remember how we used to have the weird timing with the clock? How a 5-minute game was actually like 3 minutes in real time?
Oh yeah.
So actually a 5-minute scan was like a 3-minute scan, which was actually like a 2-minute scan in Legacy of the Void time, roughly. So it actually was a very, very early scout.
Yeah,
a very, very early scan. Because when you start with 6 workers, the game takes a lot longer to get going. I really like the changes they made to Legacy of the Void. I think it just made for such a better game. I think this is the best StarCraft has ever been.
I'm so glad.
And I'm not paid to say that, so.
Yeah, I'm so glad that Legacy of the Blizzard decided to actually change the StarCraft time into real time. So that makes more sense.
Hold that thought. We do have a Cyclone drop, and a lot of SCVs are about to start going down. 4 go down immediately as Terran Lord takes them down. That's what happens when you aren't scouting very much. We do have a siege tank though, and a second one on the way, so this will get. Oh well, he's actually going after this command center. What a madman! But he will deny my. Well, not quite deny mining, because they do go to the natural, but they are oversaturated there. And they're going to get this supply depot.
Oh, I don't know about this dropping on top of the cyclones here.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. He will save one. Oh, he's actually bringing him in and out of the medivac.
Oh, the micro! Wow.
Oh no! He's trying to get too fancy. He loses
fly
the
away.
cyclones.
Whew. That was a nice
But Terran Lord's still with a pretty commanding lead. But remember, it is still 2 bases to 1. Not for long though. That second command center is finished. He decides, no, I'm not going to turn it into an orbital yet. I'm just going to lower it. And 2 Vikings on the way for Terran Lord to try and snipe these medivacs out of the sky. We do have a lot of tanks for Maui.
Now Terran Lord.
So I wonder.
Terran Lord at the top does have a Liberator. He's gonna go ahead and.
That's true.
Yeah, he should be. I think he just forgot about it, because I would have been sending that to.
Maybe he's waiting for Maui to move out, and Maui has moved out. This is a 3-tank 4-marine drop.
Oh, that's pretty scary. And his army is not in position here.
No, it is not. He has no idea this is coming, but he will send the Cyclone in to scout.
Oh man, yeah, this.
Oh, and Terran Lord's moving out. This is not what you want to be doing right now. That's a really good position for those siege tanks too. And Terran Lord has to turn around.
Oh, he does snipe the tech lab, so Stim Pack will be really late here. Oh my god, this is pretty awkward here. Oh no!
Yeah, oh my god. He's low. He's letting the Vikings because the tanks can't hit him. But I think, this is terrible. But the Liberator got 10 kills on the other side of the map.
Oh my god, this Ninja Liberator here.
If Terran Lord can clean this up, then he will be in a huge position. Oh, he's going to lose so many SCVs, but it's worth it to take this down. And, oh my god, just so much damage on both sides. That Liberator is still there. It finally will get cleaned up, but I think Terran Lord still has the lead.
Yeah, if Terran Lord actually wins this game, I'm just going to name that Liberator the MVP of this game.
Oh, it definitely is. It's 24 workers to 20. The game's actually kind of normalized. That's the thing. After all this stuff, this has just been a crazy day so far. I'm kind of worried for my game, because I don't usually play crazy games like this, but it looks like there's something in the water or something.
Yeah.
Maybe my game will just be a calm intermission. And then we resume with our craziness. But we will see.
Oh, it looks like the Terran Lord is gonna plan to move out. Now, it's also important to note both players does not have Stim Pack, so they're pretty much gonna rely on their tank and probably that Viking to get vision.
Yeah, Terran Lord is getting +1 upgrades. That's the only upgrade being created by either player right now. But I don't think this push is going to get anything really done. Although if it gets set up in a good position, third base on the way for Maui and for Terran Lord, both sides doing that. That tank is really far back, but we will get a couple of probes, a couple of SCVs for Terran Lord. Terran Lord does have a pretty commanding army supply lead, but a lot of those units are back at home, protecting against any sort of drop that might happen. I would like to see Terran Lord just turn around and attack these Vikings, but no, the Vikings decide, we're good, we're good. Terran Lord just getting a little bit of poking done, denying a little bit of mining, keeping Maui busy, extending his lead. He now has a 20 supply lead. He's about to have +1/+1. Oh no, +1 weapons. He has Stim on the way faster. Terran Lord is in a great position.
Yeah, I think this game is finally going to normalize after this crazy back and forth in the beginning.
Yeah, it definitely has. Both sides getting into their marine tank sort of compositions. You do see mech becoming more of a thing among the pros, but marine tanks still totally fine.
Now, it looks like Terran is going to go ahead for a second attack. This time,
Yeah,
both players does have 2 tanks.
The Viking lead does go to Terran Lord. It is 3 Vikings to 2. But
Yeah.
ooh, one gets sniped because he has to retreat with his army. Oh, and this... yep, that
is
Viking's
huge.
actually too far out. Yeah, and Terran Lord now has the Viking... He has air dominance.
Yeah, so
He's going to have that extra room on his tanks to fire.
Yeah, he should actually start moving his tank, inching forward by little by little, and that's what exactly he's going to do.
Actually,
but scan does go down.
What I would like to see is for Terran Lord to just sort of lift up. Oh, Viking goes down. Lift up and toss a single medivac drop into the main.
Yeah, that would be actually
that'd be really
good.
But Maui just decides, he's going to charge forward, and the tank was on siege. Great move by Maui, and I think, yeah, this is actually going to be really good for Maui. But Terran Lord is still 30 supply up, so he does still have quite an army back at home, so he's not going to die to this. Terran Lord's macro just seems to be better.
Yeah, it seems so.
Handling all of this, because it seems like both sides have traded roughly evenly. Terran Lord's actually lost 1,000 more resources than Maui has, but overall, Terran Lord's advantage just gets bigger and bigger. He just gets further and further ahead.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the units lost tab. 59 for Terran Lord and 61 for Maui Wowie, so pretty even there. But the resources does have 1k different resources, so yeah, just Terran Lord just macroing like a beast here.
Yeah, I did notice that in my game with Terran Lord that he did have a lot of stuff in my games. Well, game 1 and game 2. Game 3 I cheated him because I'm like, I'm not playing him on Acid Plant. He's quite good.
Yeah, and he does
especially
now
for a diamond. Like,
PsiX
is crazy diamonds. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I played in the MVD Cup because I was taken out of Master. And I was thinking, is this unfair for me to play in it when I'm a former Master? I lost in the second round, and I lost to the guy I lost to didn't even win. He was in the round of 4, and I lost 2-0 to OFE, and then Kino took out OFE 3-2, and Kino was a Protoss too, so I don't even have that as an excuse.
Yeah.
So it was like, the quality of PsiX's diamonds is like legit unfair.
Yeah, it's pretty.
We have a lot of people who play this so well in tournaments, but that tank is just gonna get sniped. But even without the 3 tanks there to help in the battle, Terran Lord just crushes through this. His macro is just terrifying.
But the drop from Maui Wai does go into the main, but I think Terran Lord does clean it up.
Yeah, he's gonna get sniped. He's gonna get cleaned up. GG, well played for Maui, and Terran Lord will take game number 4, bringing it up 3-1 for PsiX and forcing LiT to their masters, to their top masters.
Yeah, so we'll see who they put in for the next player.
So we had 4 pretty crazy back and forth games.
Yeah,
so far.
These games has been pretty good. I would say so far at least.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And we have been having a bunch of different matchups too. I think the first matchups were PvPs, and then it transitioned to a PvT, and now we have a TvT. So we just need a Zerg in here.
Yeah. Well, we got to make up for the sheer amount of Zergs in the professional foreign scene. There's just Zergs everywhere there. We got to make up for that in our lower leagues. Although I was like the only Terran, the only Protoss outside the first round in the Master Swan too. So when they had like 3 Protosses sign up, Protosses are kind of an endangered species a lot of the time, but not here. And actually, I think Solo is a Zerg player.
It looks like he's a Protoss actually.
Solo switched to Protoss?
No, I think that's a difference. Wait, probably you face a different Solo or something. I don't know.
No, it's the same Solo. I'm pretty sure he changes races a lot.
Okay, yeah, he looks like he's Protoss. He has no Zerg games.
Solo was a Diamond Zerg back when I knew him. He was also the captain of LiT CTL team.
Oh.
Occasionally sent himself out, but usually sat back. Sent other people in his stead.
Yeah, I remember you played him in CTL.
Did I? I played Solo?
I think so. Or it was one of our players, I don't know. I just remember him playing in one of the CTL in the replays and stuff.
Oh, yeah, Solo has played in the CTL, but I don't think I ever faced him. Yeah, that's right, because I wasn't in the same group as LiT for last season, right? And LiT didn't make playoffs that season. Then, when season 18 came along, I was in the Masters slot and Solo wasn't.
Oh, okay, I see.
So I've never actually faced Solo in the Chobo Team League, but we have faced him as PsiX. Solo has played in the CTL a fair bit.
I see.
Just not against me. But I faced Axis from LiT. Yeah, that was a tough match, and I did not win.
Yeah, there's a bunch of axes out there. Our clan has I think 1 or 2 axes, and I remember another clan had another axis. So many axes out there.
It's a popular name.
By the way, I want to give a shout out to Kia, who actually gave us a cheer during the last match. So thank you for the cheers and the support.
Cheers, Kia.
He says, thanks for the shout out. Much love. Sadly, I'm poor. It's okay, Kia.
Yeah, you ran this event. That's thanks enough.
Yeah.
What I like is that when you add it all together, you get games for everyone, right? You've got the diamonds. M3s can play in TAWOT. M2s can play in the CTL, and M1s can play in a bunch of different events. So no matter where you are, if you're keen, there's a competitive event out there for you.
Plenty of opportunities to get your competitive juices flowing.
And there's the Master Swan Open, while it's open to M2s and below. I mean, I'm in M3. I managed to make the finals. It's possible for anyone. All you need is an immortal and a dream. In the top right, representing Psionic Aftermath, it is the Orange Terran. It is Terran Lord. And in the bottom left, representing LiT Esports and also representing all 3 races at various times, it is the Polymath, it is the Chameleon, it is Solo. And this is not the kind of thing oh wait, no, this is a PVT. Yeah. I've gotten all confused.
You were thinking
I thought this was a
PvP?
PvP.
Yeah.
No, it's a PVT. That's a perfectly normal position for the pylon and gateway in PVT. You want to stop that, Reaper? Okay. Damn it, Solo. Always switching races on me, man. So this will be interesting. I have no idea how Solo plays PVT because I didn't even know he played Protoss until about 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, so we shall see his playstyle here, or at least one of them. In the meantime,
if it's anything like the rest of this game, things are going to get pretty wild.
Yeah.
In the meantime, you were saying?
Yeah, in the meantime, it looks like a pretty much standard opening from both players, and I find that at least Terran Lord, I'm not sure about Solo's playstyle, but Terran Lord, pretty standard player himself.
Yeah, in the tournament game I played against him, he played pretty much standard all 3 games. But hey, it works for him. Solid standard play is often enough to take a lot of games.
You know, whenever I, Solo's probably just got into Terran Lord's base, but whenever I see a Terran with no second gas, I'm always tempted to steal the gas, but then I know it's gonna ruin my rest of my build order, so I just I'll just leave it.
Yeah, I hate learning new build orders. I really should learn more build orders. What I need is like a second account where I don't care about my MMR and just like learn things.
Yeah,
Because there's so many build orders to learn, but I hate that first stage where you really suck at it.
I mean, with free to play, it's always good to have a second account or maybe even a third
Yeah,
account.
I should just go ahead and make one. Actually, I do have a second account because I used to play on SEA because I'm an Australian, and they merged those in years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a second account for free.
Well, if you ever get dirt,
Really
if you ever get a dirt account, you know what to name it, right?
Snail toss.
Yep, snail toss.
I have a bit of a reputation in PsiX for being essentially the slowest master alive. I hit 153 APM the other day though against Eamon
Nice.
in the Master Swan. I've never played that fast in my life, and I say that like every player so far this game, this series, even the Diamonds have played faster than my fastest game ever. But I'm still very proud of my 150 because I don't spam very much, and I'm not a fast player.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. Like, you know,
I'll get there.
Yeah, you get there eventually.
Yeah, considering that I used to be at like 70 APM like a year ago as a platinum. And that Reaper snipes a probe, going after a second one actually. Will it get there? Ooh, it gets it actually.
Does it. And it's got the Twilight Cancel, so he knows there's no Starport, I mean not Starport, Stargate or Robo.
Yeah, that's a very valuable scout. Now the question is, what will Solo do out of this? I think with all the stalkers he's making, he's going to go into Blink. I don't think he's going to go into DTs off that many stalkers.
Mm-hmm. Now the good thing for Terran Lord is that he actually opened for concussive shells on his Marauders, so that actually will help a lot against the stalkers, I think.
Oh yeah, those stalkers are just going through molasses when they get hit by concussive shells. It's just like, good night, Irene. Although with Blink they can get away. Missile turret coming up from Terran Lord. I take credit for that one. He didn't do that in game 1 of our series, then he did it in game 2. And now he's doing it in another PvT.
I mean, with the amount of stalkers he saw, you couldn't expect Blink stalkers, but there's always that, I guess, that danger of he's just gonna go crazy and just plant down a DT. So better safe than sorry.
I think it's just to stop observers, because I think we eventually will see a rover into observers.
Okay, I don't know, because he got his turret on his mineral line, his main mineral line. So I was.
Oh yeah, you're right. I guess he was preparing for Dark Templar because, like I said, he saw the Twilight Council, so you never know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I withdraw my credit because I never used DTs against him. And we will see if these stalkers can get anything done. I don't think they will, not with these Marauders here, not with these Marines. They're going to try and get a poke. They might kill a Marine or two, but trying to go up this ramp is super hard. Oh, they actually get this SCV. That's nice. Just trying to get a little bit of damage done and scout the front and see what they can find.
Yeah, they can always.
The lack of scouting information is probably the most dangerous part of this build, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Blink isn't actually quite done.
Oh, it's done just now. Yep.
But Stim is also about 10 seconds away from being done.
Oh,
and Medivacs are already out. Terran Lord's going to be justified against us. But in the meantime, we do have a third base completed for Solo.
Oh, Stim in!
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow, and the Stalkers are trying to get away, but they are just not blinking fast enough. Oh my god, that's so many
Oh
Stalkers.
my god. 5 Stalkers.
Terran Lord could just push now, I think. He could get some damage done. I don't think it'll kill Solo, but it will definitely. I think it would definitely be a favorable trade to do it.
Oh, I think
Blinks are just not quite in time, but yeah, this bio is starting to get softened up. The real threat of Blink Stalkers is that if you start to lose a fight with them, retreating, you're going to lose a lot. So I think that was a good move by Terran Lord to retreat and just go after the main instead. Charge is actually nearly done as well. So Solo building a shield battery is third, not wanting to take any chances. We do have an orbital at the natural being morphed in, so that's going to be a third base very shortly. Both sides going into more macro styles. Let's see if they decide to tech up or if they decide to have a gentleman's agreement to play a 20-minute game at early to mid-game tech, like Maui Wowie and Terran Lord did.
The drop does go into the main, and he's out of position. The Stalker's got to go run back all the way through to the through the
Yeah,
natural
that is
base.
very nice, but I think he needs to pick up and get out of here before the Stalkers get here, or else he's just going to start losing these medivacs to Stim. Although, with all these probes going down, that might very well be worth it. 13 probes have gone down. These medivacs are not going to survive. What? Oh, no, they don't.
No.
They do get stopped. But all in all, 13 probes down. I think that was an okay trade for Terran Lord. It's not the kind of trade you'd love to have as a Terran, but it's okay. And it's not only Stalkers and Zealots for solo, so I think Terran Lord's going to be fine, because he's got a lot of Widow Mines. Yeah, solo wants to move out, wants to get some damage done, but with all these Widow Mines, I think that Terran Lord's going to be okay.
Ah man, I will hope that, or I wish that Terran Lord actually stemmed and focus fire the Marines on the probes and just sacrifice his army. Because like you said,
He's got to borrow these Widow Mines though, and he's got to borrow them right now.
Oh yeah, right now.
He should see that he's in danger. Yeah, he does borrow them. Would also be nice to see him sort of spread them out a little bit more. But
oh, he's going after the army here. I'm not sure. Okay, I was about to say.
No, that's not a good idea. I think he was just going to go after the Observer, which would make the Widow Mines much more powerful.
Yep. Now Solo he's going for this heavy gateway army composition, and I like Terran Lord's response to it. Widow Mines is the answer to that.
Yeah, although we are seeing 2 Forges and a Robo Bay, so I think we're going to see either Colossi or Disruptors coming next. So Solo is not sticking on this heavy gateway composition forever, because again, around 130 supply. That's the rule of thumb I've heard for when that army starts to get worse, and Terran Lord has hit that. 8.5 minutes, and both sides have hit the supplies that Maui and Terran Lord spent 20 minutes trying to get to.
Now, Solo's trying to make Colossus now, but I don't think it's going to be coming out in time. Like once the Terran Lord.
No, he's got a lot of money spent on this, on the Colossi. He's going to be trying to get double upgrades, I think. But without these Widow Mines to fight, yeah, he can't really just attack into this position without the Widow Mines.
Oh.
But I think he's going to try. Oh no, Terran Lord does need to get out of here. Good force fields from Solo. And I think Terran Lord got a little too aggressive there.
Okay, he did buy enough time for the Colossus to come out, I think. So he should be fine.
Terran Lord can't win this fight. He needs to back up, he needs to get better tech, he needs to get some Liberators or something. Actually, he does. The first Liberator is out. But that is only one Liberator. That's not very much Liberation.
Oh, I don't know if he can win this straight up battle.
It's not really freedom, it's more like, I don't know, 10% off or something.
Oh, here comes the Colossus.
The charge lots are coming into the Widow Mines.
Oh!
A lot of damage is going to get done with these Widow Mines. The Colossi is getting focus fire down. Terran Lord is moving in. He's doing a lot of damage with this. There's nothing but Blinkstalkers left. I think, oh wow. Terran Lord just took a great fight, great control overall, and Solo went straight into those Widow Mines that were really well placed. I don't know if this is game over, but Terran Lord's taking a pretty commanding lead, and he's getting Liberators, he's getting more Widow Mines. He's getting 3-2 to the 1-1. Oh wow. Solo doesn't even have 1-1 yet. This is actually really huge. Can Terran Lord break this? He's getting a couple of Widow Mines, burrowing them straight in front of the army, killing a couple of the charge lots, but not many of them. I think that Solo is just going to hold for now, but at the same time, more and more units streaming across the map for Terran Lord. He's going to push forward. He's going to do everything he can. There's nothing but Zealots and Stalkers. I think this is actually it. I think Terran Lord has broken it. These Marauders are just so tanky, so difficult to die with all of these medibacks, and this is going to be so much damage being done.
Yeah, I think
if this push doesn't kill him, I think the next one will.
Oh, he does manage to hold off with the charge. Oh, nice snipe on that medevac.
Yeah, but look at there's another army on the way, including a couple of Liberators.
Yeah. And
Terran Lord's taking a 4th base while all this is going on.
Okay, so he's
Terran Lord's on the ropes.
Yeah, Terran Lord's going to go ahead and back out. He did scan the Colossus, but he cannot let the Protoss actually macro up because he does have a 4th base. While Terran Lord finally does floats over the 4th base of his own.
This is an aggressive 4th base, though. He wants to push. He wants to keep going.
Yeah.
He would have taken the 3 o'clock 4th if he wanted to play passive. I think Terran Lord's going to turn this into a planetary. Just keep on pushing down this lane and try and get some damage done. But we do have more Colossi and Templar Archives and 2-2 being started from Solo. So if all of this can survive, oh, he's misplaced his command center as Terran Lord. That's unfortunate. Has to replace it. Storm is on the way. 2-2 is on the way. We have 2 Colossi for Solo. He appears to have stabilized. He just barely survived, but now he's stabilized. And Terran Lord needs to get into that later game tech. He needs Liberators, lots of them. He needs Ghosts, more of them.
Now the ace for Terran Lord is that he does have the upgrade advantage. His 3-3 is starting while the 2-2 is starting for Solo. So if he can...
If he hits timing with +3 weapons, he'll be 3 upgrades ahead.
Yeah.
These Colossi starting to eat away. There's actually no Observer with this army. Yeah, so Solo cannot push into this at all.
Yes. He doesn't know that Storm is actually not done yet. So he's being really precautious.
As he should. Storm is deadly.
Oh, man.
He's starting to move forward with these Liberators. Actually, this Liberator is going to get sniped. Moves a little too far forward. Does not have the protection of the Marauders or the Widow Mines.
Now,
tries to lure some units into the Liberators and Widow Mines. Solo is going to push in. Ooh, good force fields. He knows where the Widow Mines are. He's trying to play around them. Just a little bit of skirmish in the middle of the map while more Liberators coming out, more Storms, +3 for Solo. Both sides just continuing to build up while handling this fight. Both sides playing really well. But when these Marauders not really getting done, I'm not sure exactly what they wanted to get done, but I don't think they got it.
Oh, he's moving away from the Widow Mines. I'm not sure that's the best idea here.
Yeah.
He needs to rejoin up with his Widow Mines.
These Templar are going forward and ahead of the army.
And he doesn't even know about this 4th base of the Protoss, so he could have taken it down.
Ooh. Yeah, that's very much true.
Oh, now he scans it. Now he knows.
But, boom, Widow Mines get some damage done. But some blinks do.
The Storm.
He needs Ghosts. He's building a Ghost Academy. He's building a Ghost Academy now. He's getting 5th base. Terran Lord forced to retreat, forced to back away for now. Solo has the advantage until these Ghosts come out.
Oh,
Despite the upgrade advantage for Terran Lord, Storm is really good. He needs to fight with this Planetary, I think.
That's some weird, awkward Liberator positioning in there.
The first Liberator is just going to get destroyed. Actually, so is the second one, it looks like. A flank does not go well. Oh man. This could actually be really dangerous, but no, he doesn't want to fight with the flank.
Oh my god.
Storm. Oh, that's just brutal. Oh, that's what Protoss porn looks like. Both sides now starting to float a lot of money. Dark Shrine coming up for Solo.
But we do have a counterattack by Terran Lord at the natural of a Solo. He's going to take out the Colossus.
That was very nice indeed. Kills the Colossus, kills 7 probes. But more importantly, forces the whole army back. But Terran Lord is down 40 supply now. He needs these Liberators. He needs his Ghosts. He's making 4 Ghosts, 3 Liberators. He's making 4 Liberators and 3 Ghosts. He's getting Cloak. He's getting ship weapons. Solo's going to have +3/+3 Colossi and Storm shortly, but will Terran Lord have the defenses out just in time?
Solo also
very close.
Yeah, Solo also getting a Dark Shrine. It seems like every lit Protoss player gets a Dark Shrine at some point of the game or something, because
a Dark Shrine is a really good addition to late game PvT. I really should make it myself. So I certainly can't fault him for that. +1 shields coming out of Solo, keeping the upgrade train going. While in the meantime we have personal cloaking for Ghosts on the way, while we now have 6 Ghosts for Terran Lord, as well as 3 Liberators, about to be more than that, well, no, just 4 Liberators. 4 Liberators and 6 Ghosts, so he's getting into that Liberator Ghost army slowly, that he needs. The EMPs are going to be key here. Can he stop the Storms? He does not have personal cloaking, remember.
All the Templars are clumped up. He can
yes, they are.
Oh, but
that
not close enough.
Totally doesn't get anything. But the charge lot's coming in, but they cannot really attack into this position. I don't think Solo knows about the 5th base of Terran Lord. Not yet.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Solo's taking his own 5th base. Oh, this is really close. I gotta say, I'm really cheering for Terran Lord here, just because I don't want to play a PvP.
But both players are caught up on upgrade. I mean, at least Solo caught up on upgrades. Now it's 3/3 upgrades. He does have the good amount of splash damage, so I'm favoring Solo at this point. As there's only I guess Terran Lord only has Liberators at this point and Ghosts.
I think that's a good army for Terran Lord. I think the composition is strong, but he's down 30 supply. That's why I would favor Solo in this position right now. Ooh, Charge Lot's getting a lot of damage done actually.
And that allows him to get on top of the Liberators here.
Oh yes, it does. That's really good for Solo. The Colossi not really fighting with the rest of the army though.
Oh,
so
but
this could actually be extremely good. Oh, the High Templar are not fighting.
Yeah,
but they are here now. The Colossi and the High Templar stay alive, and those are the important units. But the Planetary Fortress also lives.
Oh, but
He's sending in just a single Marine to snipe at these Templar. I'd like to see him send a few. Oh,
oh, nice EMPs.
beautiful EMPs. Almost all of those high Templars do get... Oh, but no, he's moving the Ghost too far forward. He's going to lose all of them. But the Liberators, they're getting on top of the Colossi.
I mean, if this is his only chance as his main base is being ravaged by Zealots. So will he be able to take this?
But I think he's taken advantage of this. I think... Oh, but he hasn't set up the Liberators.
Oh, yeah, I think Solo will be able to defend this.
Push through here, but at the same time, his main base is third. Everything's being ravaged, and I think Solo is going to clean this up eventually. In the meantime, Terran Lords is taking so much damage. GG. Solo will take it, bringing the series to 2-2.
Yeah, just too much damage in the main base.
Wait, no,
production.
it's actually 3-2 for PsiX.
Yeah,
Solo is the first unrestricted master for LiT Esports. So it looks like it's time for me to play against him.
All right, good luck, man.
Back after, hopefully, I won't be back at all. Hopefully, I'll be back to celebrate our victory. But we shall see.
All right, I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
All right, guys, I'll be solo casting just for a while here as Salavanth will be playing. He's going to be our next player. Now, since he's already in the party, I guess no need to invite him to the party, so that's good. And so we'll see what map Salavanth chooses. Now let's see what's going on in the chat. Oh, we have 17 people in the stream, so welcome. Currently the score is 3-2 in favor of Psionic Aftermath. As we wait for Salavanth to choose his map, I just want to let you guys know to feel free to follow us on our Twitch and also our social media. Currently we're at 806 or 807 followers, so we're climbing up the ladder in terms of follower count. Looks like Catalyst will be Salavanth's map of choice. We played on Catalyst before. Faith during the Faith versus Maui Wowie game, I think. No, wait, not Maui Wowie. Let me try to recall. It might have been Maui Wowie. I don't recall actually. And I would say Catalyst is pretty much a popular map as it was in the last season's map pool as well. So people are pretty familiar with it so far at this point as it's been played on a lot. So we'll see what Salavanth has up his sleeves. Don't know why I'm stumbling on my words tonight. All right, here we go, guys. This is game 5. No, game 6 of our series tonight. This is the semifinals of the TAWOT Team League. And let's go ahead and introduce our players as soon as I actually update the score. It's going to be 3-2. All right. Here at the bottom right, we have our blue Protoss representing Psionic Aftermath. It is Salavanth. And here at the top left, we have our red Protoss representing Team LiT. It is Solo. Alright, so we're going to have another PvP. We had two PvPs tonight earlier on. Our first 2 matches were Protoss versus Protoss. However, this is going to be the Masters Tier League, as the earlier ones were Diamond League. So we'll see how each player opens. It looks like both players are opening 2 gases, which is pretty standard in PvP. I expect the second gateway to be plotted down by both players as well. Now, interesting to note, Solo has walled off in his ramp. Salavan's gonna go ahead and start walling off. I assume he's gonna place the cybernetic core right there. And Salavan's gonna go ahead and scout around Solo's base. Know that there's not anything cheeky going on. Although Salavanth, oh, he actually has a second probe out in the map. So I am suspecting a cheese of some, not cheese, a proxy of some sort. Cause there's gotta be a reason why you sent out a second probe this early out in the game, right? We shall see. Yep, there's a proxy pylon, so we'll see in just a second whether it's going to be some Robo or some Twilight Cancel or some, not Twilight Cancel, some Stargate. Usually is a Stargate or a Robo when you're going to go ahead and proxy, or it could just be a gateway for a 3 gateway Stalker push. We've seen that plenty of time before, and it looks like it was going to be a Robo facility. So Immortal's going to be popping up soon for Salamath here. In the meantime, Solo looks like he's gonna try and get an expansion. That he's pulling down the pylon down at the natural. Salvan does seize this. Now, this is actually really good for Salvan because he sent a second probe, which means Solo did scout his first probe, and that first probe stayed at Solo's base for a while. So in his mind, he's probably thinking it's just a scouting probe. He didn't, you know, I don't think it's going to be a proxy of some sort, because why would you suspect that, right? But little does he know that Salvan did send out a second probe, and right now he is chronoing that Immortal. That Immortal will be out soon. Oh, does not actually get the probe, so that probe actually stays alive. Might actually want to go ahead and snipe that, but it looks like Solo was not paying attention. And that probe will live to tell the story of how he came into... Oh no, actually he's going to go ahead and review himself. See, at this point, if I was Solo, I would not expect a proxy Robo at this point, because his probe was in his main for a long time, and as natural. Now, did Solo actually rescout at Salavan's bases to see that there's no nexus? I actually did not see, but I don't believe so, as the stalkers did not go out that far. He kind of just scouted at the ramp right here and then just retreated with the 2 stalkers. So Salavan here with 2 Immortals out, no shield. Oh wait, actually 1 shield battery up for Solo here, which should help. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. I think you need 2 shield batteries here. Now, if Salavanth chronos out a warp prism, he can actually micro those units and actually win this battle despite the shield battery. But it looks like he's going to go ahead and just get on top, one-shotting these stalkers. Shield battery doesn't even matter at this point. Salavanth is just going to go ahead and take the natural down. And Solo is trying to chrono out that Immortal as quickly as possible. But will it be out in time? I don't think so. This Nexus, I think, should be going down right now. And yes, it does go down. So well done by Salavanth. But he's not out of the clear yet. He still needs to do a bit more damage, as he is down in workers, 23 to 30. He's a little bit ahead in supply, but he does have the Warp Prism, so he can actually micro and take down all these production buildings. Oh, needs to load them up into the Warp Prism. So well done by Salavanth. Good micro there. And he's going to go ahead and take down this gateway. So that's 1 more gateway down, less for Solo. And this could snowball, guys. I mean, he still has the Robo, but both gateways going down. He's getting on top of the Immortals, taking down the second Immortal as well. And all that is left is some Stalker, and Probe needs to be pulled. Salvan needs to be careful. If he can micro this, he can actually snowball. Now, again, no additional gateways for Solo. So Salavanth is going to have a window between now and when his gateways are done. Oh, Immortal come out just in time. Okay, so Salvan needs to be careful with his micro here. And he needs to actually attack pretty soon, because his gateways, Solo's gateways, are halfway done. So this is going to be pretty close. I don't think Salavant has an Immortal out. Oh, he does have one Immortal out, so that's good. Interesting that he actually warped in at the Robo. He could have warped in with the Warp Prism, but anyhow, that's going to allow Solo some time to actually chrono out a second Immortal and his gateway to be done. Now, Salavant does have the Warp Prism, so he can still micro against this. But the third Immortal is being chrono out, and there is a shield battery this time. So let's see how oh, he can actually force field. Oh man, that was his chance right there. He could have force field the army. And you know what? I think Salavant could just go ahead and just make a contain here. Oh no, he's not actually microing the weakened army here. Oh man. Needs to pick up and lift off the units and army that are low in life there. Oh man, he could force field because Solo does not have a Warp Prism. So if he just one force field and he can actually end this. Oh no, that's not the force field you want, Salavant. Okay, so Salavant loses a Immortal, needs to pick up the second Immortal. And I don't know, a second Immortal comes out for Solo, and I think this is it. Unless he can actually force field. Oh man, he does not force field. Little bit of micro lacking there, but he does actually. Oh no, he just lose that. So unfortunate for Salavant. Was pretty close. Was just a little bit, a little bit micro, and I think he would have gotten it, but. Well done by Solo there. He does tie up the series 3-3. And now it is time to send our next player in. Hey, welcome back, Salavant.
Cheers. I basically never play PvP anymore.
No, that was really close though. Like, just a little bit more, a better micro, and I think you could have gotten it.
Yeah, my micro is not very good.
But there's always next time. And anyhow, we're gonna go ahead and actually invite our next player. So it will be our first Masters, I guess, Masters 1 tier level player.
In fact, let's take a look. Yeah, out of 395 games I've played this season, 98 of them have been against Protoss. It's less than 25%.
Yeah, because Protoss statistically has the lowest population out of all the races.
Also have a 39% win rate in their matchup, so that should tell you.
Everybody's got their weakest matchups or a weak matchup.
Indeed. I was hoping to avoid mine, but it was not to be.
All right, so
I probably should have just backed off after I killed the Nexus and taken an expansion, but I didn't feel confident doing that. Oh well.
Anyhow,
should have just done it anyway.
How would you pronounce this guy's name?
Let's just ask him.
Sisip?
Let's just ask him. Skizzyip. Okay.
Okay, Skizzyip.
That's what it will be. And we have brought the series 3-3 thanks to Solo's good defense.
Mm-hmm. So we have a tight one here.
It was. I was playing in the game. You don't get as much of an idea as the cast, but it looked like it was pretty close. But then Solo rallied back.
Yeah, you had. Yeah, like I said, I think you pretty much had the game, except if you had just a little bit better Warp Prism micro, and because you destroyed his 2 gateways. He was only on the Robo, so you were outproducing him in terms of army, and he bought enough time to get himself out a second Immortal and his gateway to be done. So yeah, but even then, I think a little bit of Warp Prism micro and you would have been fine.
Yeah, I'm really out of practice with that build, so the Warp Prism micro is kind of the first to go.
Yeah, but it was a pretty good build order because he did not suspect the proxy at all. So he was like he just caught off guard, and So yeah, I think the build order was pretty good, despite the loss.
But that was last game. And we do have a Zerg for Skiziep, which means we're going to be seeing all 3 races, which means we're going to be seeing a lot of the different matchups.
Yeah, finally
So let's see how Solo handles against Skiziep.
all the Zergs in the chat is probably thinking like, finally, we having a Zerg.
Hey, I did my part. I made this a quick game. So we can move on.
Everybody thanks
You're
Salavanth.
welcome.
All Zergs thank Salavanth.
No one wants to see PvP for longer than they have to. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I did present an interesting game since it was pretty close there. Unlike my normal, fairly boring Macrofests. In the bottom left, representing LiT Esports, up 2 kills over the handsome Terran Lord and the even more handsome Salavanth. It is Solo. And in the top right, representing Psionic Aftermath, with the strange spelt but not so strange sounding name, it is the Pink Zerg. It is Skiziep.
Hey, looks like Sushi has joined the chat and the stream. Welcome, Sushi.
Welcome, Sushi. You came in at a good time.
Yep.
You got to avoid seeing my loss. But it is 3-3 now. We are moving into our top masters. Skiziep is a very strong player.
And just like Faith, he's
recent acquisition to our clan, or he's just recently gotten into Clan Wars. By the way, I've been seeing him a fair bit lately.
yeah. I was just about to say, just like Faith, Skiziep has been a recent acquisition of PsiX, so he's a fairly new player. But from the little bit of Clan Wars and Team Leagues that he has played in, he has done pretty well so far.
Interesting gas timing there. Takes a little bit later than most Zergs. It's still 18, but just before the spawning pool. I wonder if that's how you're supposed to do it these days.
I suppose so. Yeah, I don't know. I usually get the
Neither
gas.
do I. I'm not a Zerg.
Yeah, I go gas. I mean, when I play off race as Zerg, I just go hatch and then gas and then pool.
Yeah, I get my 18 gas the second right after I get my 18th join on the way. I occasionally off race against friends of mine, because sometimes you want to play it around closer to the same level.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been playing a bit of Terran and Zerg recently, which actually is also good for casting.
But Skiziep, he's a 5k Zerg, so I will not doubt him. I will not question him.
Yeah, exactly. The funny part is playing off-race Terran. Derisive Oxen, one of our recent Diamond 2 acquisitions, was like playing against a master was really scary because even if they don't quite know what they're doing as Terran, they just harass everywhere all the time. And if you've seen any of my Protoss games, you know that that's like the last thing I do as Protoss. But as Terran, I just kind of like, it's like, you know what, this isn't my main race anyway. I don't really care. Let's just play it out to the hilt. Let's just be the most irritating Terran of all time. Just take all of the shit I hate the most about Terran and throw it all into... and throw it all in there. So I've got like Hellions, Liberators, Widow Mines, harassing in 2-3 places at once. I don't even care if I'm macroing behind it. Volticus style. I play Volticus style, alright? And it's actually really fun. I've joined the dark side. Don't know if I can find my way back.
Yeah, I mean, like Masters, I guess Masters mechanic, you know, you have a certain level of mechanics that transfers over even if you're off racing and don't know what the hell you're doing.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm diamond in both off races, even though, yeah, like I said, I don't really know much about what I'm doing.
Oh my god.
Races.
Here we go.
The Dark Shrine, but it will get scouted immediately. So this will be a DT. This will be a DT into Archon drop. Very, very, very common build these days, especially on Blackpink. I found out the other day that apparently Zest and Stats both do this build almost exclusively on Blackpink. Why exactly they do it on Blackpink, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
My theory is because the natural and the third, the area between the natural and the third is quite large and difficult to defend because of the ramps. What do you think?
Yeah, I would say so as well. It's kind of annoying to go back and forth, and if the Zerg doesn't have creep connected to the second and third base, that makes it even extra hard.
Yeah, I won't spoil the final result of the GSL, but there was a game between Sort of and Zest in the GSL, which is not a spoiler because that was the first match, where Zest just bopped Sort of with his build. It was disgusting. Zest just played it so well. It's like, wow, it just looked like no one could ever beat him. It was just so well done. We'll have to see how Solo does it. Obviously, I don't expect him to do it as well as Zest, but at the same time, it is a very strong build in the right hands. Not in my hands. You guys have seen my Warp Prism Micro. In my hands, it's not so great. That's why I stick with my oracles.
Hey, gotta do whatever works for you. All
Yeah,
right.
although like I said, I really should learn more builds. But hey, in the meantime, I've got casting.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do notice is that Skizip has cut workers very, very early, at 40 workers. It's actually 47 workers per solo to 40 of Skizip. So Skizip's taking this very seriously, and may even want to go for a counter attack. I think he's getting a layer. I think he's going to go for a roach speed, and he's going to try and counter push this.
Oh, his Warp Prism.
Yeah, the Warp Prism.
Gotta be
taking
careful
a
of
bit of
that.
damage, but overall, that Spore Crawler's there. He'll be okay. And now Solo is just going to want to... tries to get a bit of creep. Doesn't quite manage to get the creep to him in time. Probably going to want to turn these into Archons and start doing some harass. Yeah, with more and more roaches on the way for Skizip and no more drones, I think he's going to go for a counter push once this has been going away. But no, he's getting 8 more drones, so there you go.
I like how
Skizip is respecting this a lot.
I like how Skizip is on the watchtower, sees all the Archon being morphed.
Yeah, that's very nice. But he doesn't have enough lings to contest that. Just has to let it go.
Now this is going to be
his roaches.
this is going to be an important 7th game because score is tied 3-3, and whoever gets to the finals, they have a big advantage. Oh wait, scratch that. Let's go ahead and actually focus on the battle here. Archon's being dropped and well defended by the roaches and the queens, so no damage done there.
But on the other hand, 2 roaches were taken down, and Solo didn't lose anything.
Oh, but I actually have a bunch of roaches across the map looking for a counterattack. This is going to be pretty scary.
He's going to be totally fine.
Yeah,
though.
he's going to be totally fine.
Speed isn't even done. Oh, but here's some lings that could get some damage done, especially once roach speed is done.
Oh yeah.
100 down on the way, 6 more drones. So this is not all in by any means, but Blackpink is just a kind of map that lets you do these things. As I mentioned before, that good force fields, but actually that immortal gets trapped. Kaboom!
And now the choke is I guess.
Oh yeah, the roaches just get straight in there.
The force field worked against him for a second there.
Yeah, and good positioning on those roaches, preventing those zealots from getting the surface area they want. But there is a second immortal here, so that will be sent down. Several roaches being spread off by Skizip to try and get some probes. 3 probes will go down, and Solo retreats to rest. Just trying to get whatever scouting, whatever damage you can possibly get done. While in the meantime, Skizip is up to 72 workers. He's bought time very well. He's going up to 80 drones all of a sudden.
Wow.
And base.
Macroing like a beast here.
Yeah, although he can't really he's oversaturated on his bases, so he really needs that 4th base to come up before he can use that 80 drone economy.
Ooh,
And he's getting a lurker den quite quickly, as well as Hydra range. So progressing smoothly to the next stage of the game. While in the meantime, we've got this Warp Prism. It is empty now. I'm not sure exactly what happened to those Archons. I don't think he brought them home, so he must have lost those Archons at some point while everything was going on the other side of the map.
Yeah, I actually didn't see what happened. Sorry
Yeah,
if
so
I
overall,
missed it.
Skizzy in a good position. Yeah, well, we both missed it. There was a lot of stuff going on the other side of the map.
Yeah.
The better these players get, the harder it is to track everything. That's why casters operate in teams of 3 when they cast pro casters, 2 casters and an observer.
Oh yeah, I see.
So we have single zealot.
Before I was before that game, I mean, before that.
This Warp Prism's gonna go down to the Hydras.
Ooh, that's big. That's huge because that's no more DT drops or Archon morphing.
Yeah, one of the biggest
And he's
things that go on.
And he's also going Colossus, so that that Robo can't be producing
Yeah,
War Prisms.
that's true. It really cuts into his Colossus count. Now, the interesting thing about PvZ is a lot of it is balanced around the Warp Prism. You have to leave like 8 Hydralisks or something behind of any push you want to make, in case the Warp Prism goes across the map and starts warping in charge lots and messing your shit up. But Skizzy does not have to do that because he's taken down the Warp Prism and there is no second one. We do have 8 lurkers from Skizzy. While Solo wants to go out for a push, I don't think this is a good time to be pushing. The mid game is kind of Zerg's time to shine. The Protoss just sort of has to stay back, build up to that maxed out Immortal Archon army, and try and stay alive. Especially against lurkers, you don't want to be attacked. Oh my god, there is an observer for Solo, but does he see that the lurkers are there?
Oh,
I don't think he does.
yeah,
Sees it now. Backs away immediately. He's like, nope, nope, nope,
Nope.
nope, nope, nope. Skizzy could be attacking if he wanted to, but he's just letting Solo.
That was
attacking
like
him for
that moment where you're going to the restroom and there's the women's bathroom and there's the men's bathroom and you're like, oh, this is the women's
Nope,
bathroom.
nothing to see here. I was never here.
Not entering here. Nope.
I was never here. Let's just pretend this never happened. Leave behind a couple of dead stalkers and leave the room. So we do see a Hive on the way for Skizzy as well as +2 missile. I imagine +2 carapace will be coming shortly after.
Yep.
So it looks like we are going to go towards those Broodlords. Solo has not yet started his.
But this army out in the middle could get cut off. Oh.
Yeah, it's not going to get completely cut off, but could take a bit of damage. Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily,
these Hydralisks, these Lurkers, going to try and get some damage. And I think Solo's taking a 5th base already, expanding quite aggressively across the map, while Skizzy is staying on 4 bases for the time being, going for heavier tech over heavier economy. He's actually down to 70 workers now. And the Lurkers are actually on their way back. I don't know if I like this at all.
And the Natural's open, so...
These Hydralisks are just going to get destroyed, though, with these Lurkers not here.
What happens to
the Hydralisks are just trying to buy time for the Zerglings. A lot of these charge dots will go down, but Skizzy needs to get out of here. He's building some Vipers. And I imagine he's going to want to go into Greater Spire when this is all said and done. But these Lurkers are going to try and get some damage done. The Lurkers are on their own. If Solo catches that, that would be huge. But the Lurkers are just going to...
It's looking like it. The War Prism gets snipes down again.
Oh man, and now the Hydras and Lurkers are joined up. The Lurkers are in a great position. This is going to be a terrible position for Solo to try and break, but he has to try and break it because his base is here. But there is that... Oh, the storms, the High Templar are moving in not the correct direction. Oh man, this is just terrible for Solo. The Lurkers are starting to get eaten away, but in the meantime, so much damage is being done. The Hydralisks aren't quite fighting. Actually, this will get cleaned up in the end due to a bit of mismicro from Skizzy, but he will take out 17 probes in the meantime. If he just played that out slightly better, I say he probably could have just won the game, but as it is, he still has a 30 supply lead. He's getting 16 more Hydras, and I imagine he'll get that Greater Spire shortly.
Yeah, he had the chance to actually snipe the Observer, but he didn't actually focus fire until... and when he did focus fire on it, his Overseer just died, so it was like half life.
Oh, that's not good. Solo does hold, and he does have his Colossi, he does have his Immortals, he does have a lot of High Templar with Storms, so he's doing alright.
Yeah, but there are Vipers out, though, for Skizzy.
Yep, so Skizzy's only just now taking a 5th, though, so...
Yeah. Oh my god,
bit of an interesting...
These links actually might go into the Natural, and this Natural's been open all game long. This is...
Oh, yeah. You gotta watch out for that. And we'll see how much damage that gets done. More warp-ins. That's a lot of Zealots being warped in all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's actually pulling all his army here, and that's going to allow Skizzy to go ahead up to the north and siege up at the 4th and 5th base.
Now, you can't really siege up. He doesn't have any Lurkers left.
Oh, wow, yeah. Oh, I thought he had actually Lurkers.
4 Stargates on the way for Solo, along with a Greater Spire from Skizzy. Solo did not open with a Stargate, so he needs to get Stargates before he gets that Fleet Beacon. So his Tempest or Carrier Tech is a long way away.
Oh my god, he's like a sandwich here.
Oh, yep, this could be really bad for Skizzy. One feedback does go down, one Viper still alive, but Skizzy needs to get out of here. He cannot fight this with just Hydras. Corruptors are on the way to turn into Broodlords, but this is not Skizzy's time to be attacking. It's not his time to be out on the map.
Man, if he can just buy enough time for the Broodlords to come out.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's going to.
Yeah.
Solo smells blood in the water now. I think Skizzy's best option is to just give up this base.
Maybe even counterattack or something. Buy some time for the Broodlords.
Ooh, these Corruptors could attack the Warp Prism, though, and the Warp Prism does provide a lot of punch.
Oh my god,
attack.
That's like the third Warp Prism.
Goes down. Yeah, the Prism goes down, so that's really good for Skizzy. It might force Solo to turn around, perhaps. The Greater Spire is nearly done. And the Stalkers are getting caught out. Oh man, this is really bad for Solo. I think Solo might have to back out now.
Yeah, especially
and
with
that would give the time for the Broodlords to come out.
Yeah, if you're losing Stalkers, against the Zerg that's attacking to Broodlords, that's not good.
Yeah, Stalkers aren't that great, but against Broodlords they are definitely better than nothing. And right now, Solo does not have his Fleet Beacon. He's only just now starting it.
Oh,
so
here we
go.
Skizzy
could get a pre-Broodlord timing, perhaps. Solo does have 4 Stargates. So once that Fleet Beacon is finished, it's going to be... Oh my god, the Hydra's moved too far forward. Where are the Broodlords?
The
Skiziep,
Corruptors.
where are the Broodlords, man? Oh, this is going to be devastating for Skiziep, I think. His base does go down. Skiziep forced to back away. He is making 3 Broodlords now. But could it be too little too late?
I think so. I mean, even if you morph into 3 Broodlords, he has no answer for these Zealots and Colossus and Immortals. And
He's getting 6 now. Well, Broodlords are the answer to all of those things, but there are 4 Stargates already done for solo, so he can just make a few Tempests and hold the next attack, and he'll be just fine.
Oh yeah.
Skiziep will hold this push, I think, but he's going to lose so much that
those
it's just not going
storms.
to matter.
Yeah, losing 33 drones.
Yep, I've been in this position as the Protoss, and let me tell you, it doesn't end well for the Zergs involved.
Oh, he does get all these high Templars, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, but 4 Tempests are on the way for solo. He knows he only just has to survive this next push with Broodlords, and it's really Broodlords and nothing else, so this game is over.
Yeah.
Skiziep made some unfortunate attacks. Solo held on, bided his time, made the right moves when it counted, and will bring it to the ace match.
And
GG. And it will now be 4-3 for LiT. Our final player must take out Solo and LiT's final player in order to advance to the finals.
So this is it, guys.
This is it. Well, might not quite be it because it is 4-3, but not just because it's PsiX, but I hope we do go to the game number 9. While the ace is decided upon, I will go to the bathroom one more time.
All right.
And then we'll have the last 2 games.
Okay.
Hopefully the last 2 games, maybe just 1.
All right. So it is down to Psionic Aftermath last player. Current score is 4-3, so LiT needs to just win 1 more and they will be on to the finals. Now there is a losers bracket, so whoever team loses tonight still remains in the tournament. And is Swagheart in the... Okay, so he is in the party. We just need him to choose his next map. And we're just going to go ahead. Okay, so it looks like Swagheart is going to go ahead and choose Catalyst. So Catalyst will be our 8th map of the night. Seems like we've been having a lot of games on Catalyst. As I was saying, we seem to have a lot of games tonight on Catalyst, and I think it's a pretty popular map out of the ladder map pool. It's a pretty, I guess, balanced map, I would say. Like Backwater, I would say is like Terran favored, but Catalyst is pretty favorable to majority of most races, equally, I would say. And Salavant, we're just going to wait for Salavant to come back from the bathroom, and then we should get the game started. Thank you all for watching, guys. We're about to conclude this series. Whoever wins this series will head into the finals. And the finals, from the winners bracket, gets a big advantage, because when they face against the winner of the losers bracket, they still have I think they have 2 lives. So if they lose in the finals, they still have another chance to win it. So like the team from the losers bracket will have to win twice, I believe, in order to win the championship. While the winner from the team from the winners bracket only needs to win once to win the championship. At least that's what I am guessing from the bracket. Oh, welcome back.
What bracket are we talking about? TAWOT?
Yeah, I was just saying in the TAWOT that whoever reaches the finals through the winners bracket gets a big advantage because they just need to win once to win the championship in the finals, but the team from the losers bracket that goes into the finals has to win like twice to win the championship.
Oh, I see. Interesting. Then yeah, you're right. That is going to be a massive edge. Needing to win not just once but twice is a very tall order for a team.
Yeah, so this is a pretty important semifinals
Especially
match.
against LiT or PsiX. I wouldn't want to face either of these guys having to win twice.
Yeah. You know what?
It will be Solo versus Swaghar, a PvP. Swaghar is a very strong Protoss indeed, so let's see if you can have more success than I did.
Now, you were saying how like Solo was not a Protoss player, but seems like he's been playing Protoss for a good while now because he's been playing really well.
Oh yeah, definitely. And here we go. In the top left, representing LiT Esports, trying to bring it home right here, right now. It is the red Protoss. It is Solo. And in the bottom right, the orange Protoss, representing Team Psionic Aftermath, the ace, the last hope for PsiX. It is Swaghar.
Looks like we have
You get
some
the maximum hype intro if we get to game number 9.
We
Gotta
can't
ramp it up slowly, you know.
can't wait for that
Don't want to
intro.
injure anyone.
It's gonna be epic.
Exactly, but we have to get to game number 9 first. So we have to see. So PsiX people, send your energy to Swaghar.
It looks like Terran Lord already sending his energy to Swaghar in the chat. Let's see if we
Very good.
have any cheers for an energy sent to our friend Solo here.
Yeah, he needs his cheers. He definitely needs his cheers because it's going to be a tall order for him. But he did take out Skizyep. Can he take out Swaghar as well?
Yep, and Skizyep is a pretty good player too, so
Definitely. So we did see both sides opening up pretty much standard, walling off, getting the 2 gates, getting the cores. The real point of divergence is going to be what happens afterwards. It looks like neither side is sending out a proxy. So we are going to see, looks like a pretty standard opening from both sides. I expect both sides to expand. Maybe one of them will take some tech first. But overall, this game should be a little bit quiet for a little bit. So how's your StarCraft been lately, Snoopy? Been playing much?
a little bit here and there, but I think recently maybe not as much because there's been so much Psionic Aftermath events that I've been kind of, making sure that everything is running smoothly. But, I play some team games or some 1v1s if someone needs help in the clan, so.
Fair enough. Yeah, our European division has really come into its own. Starting to become a lot more active, getting a lot of clan wars and such going on. Unfortunately, all their events are in the middle of the night for me, so I can't really participate or cast, but it's good to see that people from all time zones are getting some games and such in for PsiX.
Yeah, for sure.
Really moving up to another level of activity. So we are going to see this expansion up for Swaghar quite quickly, while a Force Stalker build from Solo instead. So Solo's going to put on some pressure onto Swaghar. I'd like to see Swaghar throw in a shield battery. He does see that there is no expansion, so he should be ready to throw one down. But I guess he knows the timings a little better than I do. He's making 2 sentries now. And Swaghar is prepared for a couple of adepts to move across the map. I guess that's what he wants. He wants to see what's coming across the map. Stalkers or adepts. And once he sees Stalkers, he will know and he can throw down a shield battery. It is natural. And we will see who wins this first war. Technically, Solo getting a little bit of hull damage on one of those Stalkers, but really not going to make a big difference. What is going to make a big difference is the next 2 Stalkers. We still don't have a shield battery up, so this could be a bit dangerous. Ooh, and these Stalkers are actually caught off guard. One of them might actually even go down, and that could be super bad for Swaghar. Oh man, this could get dangerous. Actually, these 4 Stalkers could get some serious damage done. Warp Gate is nearly done. We have a Robo and a Twilight Council on the way, so the Nexus is going to be denied for a little bit. No mining going to be done, but I don't think that the Nexus is actually going to die. Once this next warp in of units comes in, he should be okay.
Oh, yeah, that shield battery has to be cancelled. Okay, Warp Gate is just finished, so he's gonna go ahead and warp some units in. And I think
he should warp in a couple
Swaghar should be okay.
Stalkers. Yeah, 2 sentries are coming across the map for Solo actually, and this Nexus is quite low, but it's not going to actually go down.
Oh wow, if he force field the ramp, that would be huge.
Yes, it would.
Oh,
he
he does.
He's going to trap all of these stalkers up on the high ground. How many of them are going to? How many units are going to die on both sides? That is the question.
Oh,
Another
nice force field.
Force field goes down, and this stalker even lives. Great job, Swagger. Very patient defense. Lets the Nexus go down to a quarter of its health before he engages. Doesn't try for anything too rash. And unless this Nexus gets, unless Solo goes for a secondary push, which I don't think he can, having lost so many units, this Nexus being low is actually going to be just fine, and the game normalizes.
Yep. Now it seems pretty even so far, and just on paper, because the workers are pretty even, army is pretty even, but
Yep.
Swagheart does have the charge way earlier than Solo.
Yeah, much faster Twilight, Forge at about the same time. But I don't know if the Twilight's going to make a big difference in this game. But it does allow Swagheart to pretty safely take a third base.
Yeah, and if he transitions into an Archon charge lot timing, he can pretty much contain Solo or just outright kill him if he wants.
You certainly could do that. We'll have to see when both sides want to take their extra gates, because that's kind of the next important point of divergence. You take your Nexus first, you take the next 4 gates, you make 6 gates and go all in, what do you do? So we will have to see. Charge is on the way for Solo, as Swaghar's charge finishes.
Yep, and it looks like we have the additional masses of gateways being planted down by Swagheart, so it looks like he might actually go ahead for an attack soon. We'll see if he makes a Warp Prism to go across, but he does have his Templar Archive.
Templar Archives and only 3 gates, so I think he is planning on taking a third base.
Oh, okay.
But in the meantime, Solo takes quite a greedy third base actually, off its only 2 gates. So if Swagheart notices this, he could go for an attack, take advantage of this fast charge. He's going for a Warp Prism. So maybe I'm not sure if he wants to take a third base or put some pressure on. I'm actually not sure about modern PvP. Swagheart seems to be signaling a couple of different things here, based on my understanding of the matchup. So I'm not sure which option he's going to go for. Maybe he's just leaving his options open. We will find out.
I definitely think he should make a timing push. He does have +1 about to be done, and with the Warp Prism, I think he can break it if he had added more warp gateways. But I don't know. I think 5 gateways is a little bit too little.
Yeah, Solo's getting his second, third, and fourth gateway now.
So I guess it's not an all-in, but a semi-timing all-in harass push.
Yeah, it's not an all-in by any means. Not with the Warp Prism and such there. Swaggar's just going to see if he can get anything done, really. Now, what will depend on how all-in it is how much he commits. If Swaggar doesn't really commit to this, it's not even close to all-in. But if he stops producing probes, if he goes in for the attack and loses a lot of units, then he kind of is all-in.
Oh, but the army
Guardian
from
Shield
Swaggar
goes
looks
up.
pretty small here.
Yeah, well, both sides have pretty much equal army. Decent force fields. Do get one stalker. The charge lots are starting to charge in, but actually the force fields starting to get in the way of Swaggar.
Oh, but these Archons, I think, might be the edge that Swaggar needs.
Very, very tanky.
The shield battery.
2 immortals.
Yep. Oh no, the third immortal just joined in.
The important thing is the force fields, because Swaggar can put down force fields to block off Solo's army, and Solo really can't because the Archons kill force fields because they're massive units.
Yeah.
But it's 5 gates to 4, so I don't think much is going to get done. But Swaggar isn't making probes. The charge lots come in. Oh, these Archons are just starting to melt through the charge lots of Solo, actually. And the charge lots are getting on top of the army. This could actually be really bad for Solo. Good Warp Prism micro, keeping these charge lots alive for just a little bit longer. One of the Archons does go down, though, and so does the second one. But more and more charge lots coming in. The charge lots are on the Immortals now. Is there enough to punch through? I think there is, actually.
Yeah.
There's only Immortals left. These charge lots and Immortals are just going to wreck the Immortals of Solo. And with only a few units left, Swagheart takes a decisive lead.
Oh my god, this is going to be snowballed.
It is so
close.
He
It's
needs
very
to
close.
in more charge lots, and he is. He's keeping these Immortals alive from the charge lots of Solo. He's dropping them behind the charge lots of his own charge lots, and I think he has just enough to break this.
Yeah, oh man,
So close, but I think he's done it.
Yes,
I
20.
think this third base is going to go down more and more. More High Templar being morphed into Archons.
Oh, definitely going down, Rep.
He's going to kill this third base, and I don't know if he's going to be able to push into the natural, but he's done enough as it is.
Yeah, and he's ahead 35 to 17 supply in terms of army count. So if he wanted to, I think he could have actually go in. But if you're
especially
ahead,
with another wave of
get more
Archons.
ahead.
Exactly. And Solo has to retake that third base. I think Swaggart's going to go for a follow-up push just as that third finishes again.
Yeah, I would too.
Take advantage of the extra economy that he has. He's making more gates. He's just going to probably just stop making probes or cut probes at 60 and just keep making more and more units with production that he knows Solo can't match, and then go in again in about a minute or two.
Yeah, I would just move out once I scout that their nexus is at 75%. Oh wait, actually he moved his observer, so I guess you wouldn't know. But
I think a +3 timing is what he's going to want to hit, even though he doesn't know this, but Solo's +3 is going to be finished at the same time. We do have a Dark Shrine from Solo.
oh, but Swagger
Again, the LiT special.
Yeah. Oh my god, I swear to God, all the LiT protesters has thrown down a Dark Shrine at some point in the game.
Why didn't you guys ever tell me this, huh? Why wasn't I initiated of the Sacred Mysteries? Was I just not part of LiT long enough as a Protoss? Is it because I was Zerg for so long you wanted to make sure I could be trusted not to switch back? I want to know. I'm very hurt. You didn't teach me the secret of the Dark Shrine.
Oh, it looks like Solo is actually going to go ahead and move out on his own, trying to take down the third.
This is a good idea, actually.
Yeah. Well, so far it is 6 Archons for Swagheart versus the 5 Archons of Solo.
Yeah, but if you just look at the overall supply, like all of the Immortals went down for Solo, remember? So it's 5 Immortals to 1.
6 Immortals,
and
actually.
The charge lot count is just so far in Swagheart's favor. Swagheart's up 40 supply, and only 3 of it in workers.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, he's actually getting a 4th base here by Solo, so he's going greedy.
You have to take a risk.
Yeah,
but I think that does open it up for Swagheart to attack, and I don't think that Solo's going to hold this next push. There's just going to be so many Immortals, so many Archons, and well, PvP is kind of a matchup where it's difficult to overcome a huge supply deficit. Really great Storms, really great Lurkers, really great Baneling hits, really great Liberators, really great Engages from Terran. They can all make the difference, but with Archons and Immortals not being so tanky, the positioning and such of your army matters, but I don't think it matters to the tune of 40 supply. I think if you have this much more, you can just run over your opponent. And I don't think Swagheart's going to make any big mistakes like letting all of his Archons hang back behind the fight or anything like that.
Both players are equal on supply, are upgrades, but oh my god, that's so many Immortals here.
He's going for the Arc. He's getting all of his Archons and Charge Lots and Immortals into the fight, getting as many units fighting as possible, and Solo's army just completely melts. GG, we are going to the ace match, people.
Woo!
The winner of the next game will go to the finals.
Is it wrong to be to say that I'm more excited about your player introduction than the game itself?
Of course not. Everyone's excited for my player introduction. And we will have Jacobus himself coming in.
Oh boy.
As the final player.
So Jacobus
Esports
is a Masters 2 player, currently at 4854 MMR.
As random.
As random, wow.
Jacobus used to be a Terran player, so he might pick that for this final battle, but he also might just play random.
Yeah, we shall see in just a moment.
Jacobus is a pretty good Terran. He was a Masters 3 back when I was in LiT Esports. So we'll have to see what Jacobus wants to do. Chooses Blackpink. Very aggressive map, but it's also been picked quite a few times in this clan war. I think we've pretty much been going between Catalyst and Blackpink most of the series, as they are the most long-standing maps in the pool and most fairly standard maps in the pool, though I wouldn't call Blackpink standard by any means.
And I feel like they're pretty well balanced between all the 3 races.
Yeah, but also all sides have good aggressive opportunities on Blackpink, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, looks like he's going to be choosing a Zerg. So we're going to have a PvZ to end the match and end the night and see who will go and make it into the finals of the TAWOT.
Kia calling for a race check, and it looks like Jacobus is sticking with Zerg. Here we go. I think he's got a cheese planned.
Maybe
Or maybe he just
so.
really likes CVP. I don't know. I don't have time to check the statistics because we're going in to game number 9.
All right.
Jacobus versus Swagger. Master versus Master. Zerg versus Protoss for all the marbles.
All right, guys. In the chat, send all your energy to your team that you want to win. We're about to do this, guys.
It's now or never. In the top right, representing Psionic Aftermath, the Orange Terran, winning over Solo. Can he bring it all the way home? It is Swagger! But in his way, in the bottom left, representing LiT Esports, the Green Zerg, the random player, the chameleon number 2, it is Jacobus!
All right.
And only one will be victorious. Swagger with the mind games. Everyone cannoned on Blackpink before, but he is going to make a gateway. He's not going for the cannons. He's just trying to mess with Jacobus.
Seems to
Both
not
of them
have
just
worked.
sort of commiserated. Oh, what happened?
Wait, what happened?
Were we on the wrong server or something?
Not sure.
He left the party, so I think he must have gotten disconnected.
Oh, okay. That would've been really weird if he just left because his hatchery was getting denied. Alright, so I guess we'll just go ahead and wait for him to come back into the game. Hopefully it's not too bad. Looks like in the meantime, since we're just waiting for him to come back and connect, I'm just going to go and use the bathroom for a sec, so just carry on.
Got it. Well, let's take a look at the statistics of these players while we wait. OS report. Swagger has a 51% win rate versus Zerg. Seems pretty even in all matchups, a little bit behind in PvP, just like me. But his best matchup is PvT with a 54% win rate. In the meantime, we'll take a look at Jacobus. And he has actually played very few games this season. If we take off this current season, let's see that ZVP, he has actually played like 6 games. So I don't know how he's going to go. Apparently his internet was derping. So hopefully we can fix that. Just telling the players that Snoopy is in fact in the bathroom. Happens to the best of us in the worst times. Ain't that the truth, Kia? Ain't that the truth? Swagger worried for a second they might have hit a nerve with Jacobus. But no, it's just an internet problem. So Swagger should have the advantage on paper, but it is a best of 1. Anything can happen in a best of 1. We've already seen that with Solo taking out Skizzyip, which was probably a greater upset than it would be for Jacobus to take out Swagger. So really anything could happen. It's interesting that LiT has a lot of people who seem to be good at changing races and playing a lot of different races. Considering Solo used to be a Zerg, now he's a Protoss. Jacobus used to be a Terran, now he's a random playing as Zerg.
Alright, I am back.
And we are getting into this game. We're not going to resume from replay because we're only a minute in.
Okay, cool.
So we are going to start again.
Alright, 1 second.
Jacobus is ready. So we are going to be doing a PVZ.
Alright, so Sushi had just informed me that he's not sure that he has a required amount of games for Zerg.
Oh, actually, he doesn't. If you need 40 games with that race, if we look at
No,
the
60.
if we look at the race report, he hasn't had that many games this season at all. He's got like 8 games played this season. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that requirement. It isn't really something that I've thought about because I always have that many games. I had to get 40 games in so I could play as a Master 3 though.
Looks like we might have to have Kia find another replacement, maybe.
Yeah, I hope that LiT can find a replacement for this. Jacobus says he hasn't played ladder in years, and it looks like that might come back to bite him. Hopefully LiT has, yeah, like you said, hopefully LiT has another player. It would really suck to end it like this. Even if PsiX was the one who benefited.
Alright, so it looks like Sushi's just told me that we're just gonna go ahead and let him play because they are short on players, so
That does seem odd though. How do we know what Jacobus' level is if he's only played 8 games, if he never plays on ladder?
yeah, I don't know. But Sushi said that he
Yeah,
does
so
know
she's made
that
the call.
he does know that he's not GM, so I guess
Fair enough. I suppose that's all that matters. Doesn't matter if Jacobus is really M2, M3, M1 level, as long as he's below the threshold of MMR, which I think is like 5200 or 5300. As long as he's not that good, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And so he says, "Yeah, I know Jacobus is not that strong. He's not smurfing, so that's good enough."
All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and play our 9th match, and the best part is that we have another epic player introduction from Salavanth. We got a double dose.
You're gonna make me do it twice, all right?
Prepare yourself, guys. You're about to have the introduction of a lifetime.
I'm gonna be DMing after this. I'm gonna be talking for another 4 hours afterwards. All right, in the top right, number 2.0, representing Psionic Aftermath. He took out Solo. He took out Jacobus. Well, technically his internet took out Jacobus, but he still won the game. Looking to win it one more time for Psionic Aftermath. It is the Orange Protoss. It is Swaghar. But again, standing in his way, hoping his internet also doesn't stand in his way. It is the Green Zerg, the custom game player. Doesn't play on ladder. Doesn't reveal any of his secrets to anyone. It is LiT Jacobus. I don't think, guys. You know what, guys? I don't think that game ever DC'd. I think we've been caught in a time loop. This is Groundhog Day.
Deja vu. Oh,
And Jacobus is the one in the loop because he said something different.
this time Swagger did not get the block on the hatchery, so.
There you go. Jacobus taking advantage of his Groundhog Day abilities. How many times have we gone through this game? How many times have we played this exact matchup? No one knows.
Just like no one knows how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
Well, a lot more if you're in the middle of a time loop and it keeps resetting, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So we have a Nexus coming down from Swaghar, Hatchery coming down from Jacobus. The first real point of divergence for both sides will be whether Jacobus decides to keep making drones after that first 19. He's making a 3rd hatch, so he's definitely... Well, there are a few attacks that can happen off 3 hatches. Ling Bane, mostly, or just flooding Lings. You take the 3rd hatch for lava and as kind of disguise. But so we are going to see, the next thing we want to see is what Swaghar's going to do off this cybernetics core. Stargate is no longer mandatory in PvZ if you want to survive against all-ins, but it is still probably the safest and most common opening. So we'll see if Swaghar wants to go for that. I don't think he does, because I think he... Didn't he, in All in the Nidus, didn't he not go for Stargate back when you kind of had to?
I don't actually recall.
I know it was someone, but I don't know if it was Swagger. I think it was like a top level Protoss though, and it wasn't the ace match, so I think it had to have been him.
Probably, yeah. Now I have a
But
question for you. Does
go for it.
that wall actually fit the stalker? Oh wait, like between the Nexus, I mean not the Nexus, the Gateway and the Cybernetic core? I mean he still has the...
No, the Gateway Cybernetic core, that's tight. That's a tight wall.
Oh, okay. It looks like there's like
it doesn't look it, but hex to hex, I'm pretty sure that's tight.
Okay. Alright, looks like first adept coming in for Swagger. Does scout the third base, so knows that it's not 2 base all in. But I think he does want to get some scout on the...
So now they start going for anything super aggressive. Swagger just making the Stargate.
Oh, just like we predicted.
Well, I didn't predict it. I just said it was the most standard. I didn't know if that meant Swagger was actually going to do it. He's sending the first 2 adepts to try and get some damage done. He's going to shade into the main and try and get some damage done. And there's actually nothing here to defend it, so that's going to get a few drones. He should probably cancel this. No, he doesn't cancel it. Just goes into the main, gets more drones. That's 4 drones down already. 5. Oh man, he's going to get a lot of drones for this. If you get like 4 or 5, that's really
7.
good.
I think he might get 8.
Can he get 8?
Yep.
Yes, he does. 8. He gets the 8. He even gets out alive with one of the adepts.
Wow.
Oh man, that's a great start. Doing that against Fast 3 Hatch.
I know. And
remember you asked me a few weeks ago what you do against Fast 3 Hatch? That is exactly what you do against Fast 3 Hatch right there.
And this Orgo is going to come in too.
It's not about the pool timing. It's about the gas timing. And Jacobus had no gas. He had no speed. He went for a gasless opening, and Swagger took advantage of that.
And I bet this Orco will have more drone kills as well to add up to the total drone count.
Oh, there are spores coming up, so they might not get that much done.
Yeah, but that spore in the main is a little oddly placed.
Yeah, it is. It is. Ooh, yeah, he could just move over here and get some drones. He only gets 2 though. And the Oracle's actually pretty... Oh, he only gets 1, and the Oracle's pretty severely bruised, so good defense from Jacobus. So Zerglings do try and get some damage done. Swagger forced to defend. Doesn't have a shield battery at the natural, so I think he should replace that adept with a fresh one. That adept has 10 kills, by the way. Apparently it was the one who kept getting the second shot just by a tiny little bit.
Oh, nice.
That's the one that got home. Got home, a decorated war hero. But he still hears the sounds of screaming drones at night. Drinks to forget. War never changes.
Oh, it looks like Swagger is gonna go for that, I guess, that Archon charge lot timing.
Yeah, he's got 4 gates on the way. He's got a Templar Archive. He's got charge. He's probably going to take a slightly later third, but he's still going to take a third. This is not all in, but it does need to get some damage done or you are behind.
Yep, War Prism has already crossed the map.
6 gates before a third is a pretty hefty commitment. Yeah, like you said, where is the War Prism? Oh yeah, there it is. It's just joining up with the Oracle now. But these Zerglings are everywhere. They do see what's going on.
Oh yeah, but Oh, okay, he does know.
Yep, he should know. They should be warping in 4 High Templars right now, and that's what he is doing, as well as a couple of Zealots. And he's going to try and hit on both fronts with a ragtag force of Stalker, 2 Adepts and 2 Zealots at the third, and his much less ragtag force of Archons and Zealots at the natural, or even the main. So we'll have to see. Stasis Ward actually goes up on the ramp to try and stop these units from moving. And a Roach and a Queen will get caught, blocking off the... It's a really good defense with the Archons, but in the third base, a lot of damage is getting done. 3 drones, 4 drones, and a Queen. Another Queen has popped out, but this War Prism is actually really low, and it is forced to retreat, and it will go down, actually. With a recall forced out to save the Oracles and Archons, but 9 drones have gone down at this third base location, and the Stalker, Adepts, and Zealots will just get out. So, good defense from Jacobus at the main and at the natural, but in the meantime, his third base took a lot of damage, so he's down to 40 workers. And in the meantime, Swagger's third is done. He's in a good position. But 21 drones coming out of Jacobus.
Oh my god.
Okay, scratch everything I just said. Although, to see 21 drones coming out of Jacobus at once, off 3 hatcheries, means that he was lava blocked for quite some time. Too busy defending to spend his money, and that's allowed Swagger to get a supply lead, which is not really where you want to be as Zerg at this stage of the game. Zerg's getting +1/+1, Baneling speed Hydras. Going into Hydraling Bane, the standard composition. Nothing unusual here. Taking the 4th base, a little bit later than usual, but still not doing too badly. Swaghar's ahead, but the game is by no means over. The Swaghar starts Storm and +1 weapons.
Yep.
The upgrades are good for Jacobus over Swaghar. That is one thing that he has going for him. But overall, the tech is going to be good for Swaghar, so I don't think he's going to die in the mid game. I think that until we get to like Broodlord tech, I don't think that Swaghar's in any real danger.
Yeah, and also important to note that his creep spread of Jacobus is kind of lacking due to the early attack, so he's not gonna be able to maneuver too much, or at least get a lot of map vision at least.
Jacobus is going for a Roach Hydra attack, and I don't think this is going to get anything done. Charge is already finished. Storm is nearly done. There's a lot of Immortals and Archons here. I think this is just going to get smashed down if Jacobus tries for it.
Oh yeah. He does not even have speed on his Roach and Hydra, so these charge...
Oh, you're right. He's going to lose a lot backing away from this, actually. Swaghar might just take this opportunity to push across the map. He's got 3 Immortals, he's got a few Archons. This is really good against Roach Hydra. Roach Hydra does not scale well against Immortal Charge Lot Archon.
Oh,
and
man.
a lot of these, if these Hydras get caught, that could be tremendous for Jacobus.
Oh, but he just
Swaghar
back
decides
out.
to just back off. He doesn't know quite how much there is behind it. Swaghar could have pushed and gotten a lot of damage done, but he didn't know that there were no Banelings. There are 21 Banelings on the way. For all Swaghar knew, those 21 Banelings could have been just out of sight, waiting to slaughter all the charge lots. Swaghar just waiting for the Warp Prism, which is a very important thing when pushing. You have Hydraling Bane with a few Roaches, and I think that Swaghar...
I feel like he needs a bit more high temp. Oh yeah, he's warping in some more high
He'll get some
Templars.
good damage done, but he's also just taking this opportunity to take a 4th. Oh, this is a really good spread from Jacobus. I don't think that Swaghar wants to attack into this at all.
Oh yeah.
Definitely not. I think, yeah, that Warp Prism is just heading towards the main, just going to lure some units away,
Oh, that's
and
not...
then
yeah.
Swaghar might attack.
Because he has no
point is that,
defense at the main, so that's a pretty
Yeah.
good idea.
And Jacobus can't really attack into this. That's kind of the point. So Swaghar's just sort of waiting, sort of posturing a bit.
Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
he's actually going for it, getting some storms, good storms, weakens a lot of these Banelings. In the meantime, these Zealots are doing some good damage in the main, but some Roaches and Hydras will take that out. But the fight going on at the outside the natural of Jacobus is pretty much even for both sides at this point. Stasis Ward takes out a single Baneling.
Oh, more charge light being morphed into the main. That's going to force him to go actually into the main. Oh my god.
The damage is starting to pile up, and Swaghar is using this opportunity to get a better position on the map to attack this 3rd and 4th of Jacobus. How will that go? There is a lot of Hydralisks here, but the storms come down. The storms are good. But Swaghar forced to back out. Cannot break Swaghar. But Jacobus is down to 52 works. He's just lost 9 drones. And these charge lots are only just now cleaned up, so good attack from Swaghar. Now the question is, can he hold against the counter attack? I think he can. He's got a lot of Immortals, a lot of Archons. He's going to have some more Storms up. He's building cannons. He's prepared for the attack. He's building more High Templar. He knows that Jacobus is probably going to move across the map to try and get some damage done. 11 more drones on the way from Jacobus to recover his economy. Jacobus is not starting +2/+2, which is important, while another Stargate, actually just a Stargate, coming up from Swaghar. I always forget that if you open DTs, you need to build a Stargate before you can build a Fleet Beacon. I always just have that Fleet Beacon, that Stargate lying around for my opening. So I forget that other Protosses do not.
Well, also...
Especially if you do it for like 6 months where you had to go Stargate every game and just die.
Yeah. And also, especially since the unit composition of Jacobus is Roach and Hydras, you can expect that maybe Lurkers is a common transition as well. So, Orko...
Yeah, but Jacobus doesn't have that transition, and double Immortal on the way from Swaghar. Actually, one of these Immortals just going to get taken out really quickly. But it does buy time with its life to tell Swaghar this is where the army is. Now, Swaghar has a higher supply, and his army is just a lot better. Roach Hydra does not scale this well into the game at all.
Mm-hmm.
The Spire is coming up, the Infestation Pit's coming up, so he's going to go for Hive, and probably Broodlords. But I would like to see Swaghar. Swaghar's getting a Fleet Beacon, he's getting another Stargate, but I'd like to see him just attack and hit a pre-Broodlord timing, and I think that could do extremely well against this army that Jacobus has.
Well, it looks like he might actually do a double prong attack because he actually has that Warp Prism still at the south.
Ooh, yeah, that would be nice. That would be nasty. Normally the Zerg has taken that 4th base right near where Swaghar's Warp Prism is, but Jacobus is instead choosing to expand vertically. Swaghar's just sort of staying back, getting +1 weapons, wanting to go into the late game, but I think he could get a lot of damage done with his ground force if he goes for it. These zealots gonna do what they can, but he sees the army. He sees the army of Jacobus. At least he knows what it's composed of, and he does. He wanted to sacrifice those zealots anyway because look, he's getting 2 carries, getting graviton drive.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So Swaggar's just transitioning into the next stage of the game, a little ahead of Jacobus. I think he's going to be fine against the Broodlords, but I would like to see if Swaggar can get any damage done right now. He has so many immortals. He has like 10 immortals. 10 immortals, like 12 storms. Jacobus has a really good engagement though. Look at those flanks. That is really nice. But even then, even with an attack like that, Jacobus is coming out of this second best. It was probably the best engagement he could have possibly hoped for, and it wasn't enough. As the storms begin going down, this army is just so powerful. Nothing but Broodlords or a lot of Hive Lurkers could stop this, and Swaggar pushes forward. It looks like he might have done it. The storm's driving Jacobus back. Jacobus is down 60 supply. These Archons so low, but they're still alive. All of the Immortals are still alive, living up to their name. The High Templar being ambushed from behind, though. And they do go down, but not before some more storms go down. Jacobus has no army. He has no Broodlords on the way. The Hydras get caught. They get massacred. That's going to be it. Swaggar has double the supply of Jacobus. He's marching into the 4th base. He came, he saw, he conquered. The drones are fleeing to the 5th base, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. Even if Jacobus gets Broodlords out, Swaggar has 2 more carriers of the way, 3 more Stargates. He's going to go into that carrier attack. He's getting a mothership. He's fully prepared, even if this entire army would have just blow up instantly right now, and I don't think that's going to happen. There are still no Broodlords, still no Corruptors. Jacobus doesn't have anything. The drones are fleeing, but there's nowhere for them to flee to. Swaggar is going to take this game. He is going to send PsiX to the finals, but it is not the end of LiT yet. LiT will go down to the losers bracket of TAWOT, and they will still have the opportunity to come back, but if they come back, they will need to win not once, but twice in order to secure their TAWOT championship. PsiX will move on to the finals for the 2nd time running.
Yeah, but
unless something extremely strange happens, but the Great Aspire is only just now on the way. Swaggar's backing off because he thinks Broodlords are on the way. He figures that's the only reason for Jacobus to stay in this game. But Jacobus just doesn't want to leave, doesn't want to admit defeat, doesn't want to give the game to PsiX, and I understand why. Everyone's fought so hard to get to this point. But 5 carriers on the way, that's going to be 9 carriers in total, I think. I know, 7 carriers in total. And I just don't see any way Jacobus can stop that. He's even starting to kill his own probes to free up more supply for carriers.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't even need the carriers. He's just got like 13 Immortals. That's like crazy amount of Immortals there.
Exactly. The Broodlords will be done in time. Well, at least the Broodlord tech. I don't know if he... Does he have it? Jacobus doesn't have any Corruptors out.
Yeah, so he's banking on those. He's got 2...
I think the only thing that might have even the slightest chance of winning this game right now would be like 20 Mutas.
Oh yeah, Mutas can wreak havoc on unsuspecting Protoss. But I think he should be okay because he has 5 starports, Stargates.
Oh yes,
so
Swaggar, you're right. So
Phoenix.
Swaggar would be totally fine, but even so, I don't see how building these carriers. Building these Corruptors is going to win Jacobus the game. Swaggar just has such a huge lead at this point.
Yeah, that's crazy. The army
he can have +2 weapons, and that's 5 or 6 carriers with +2 weapons. That's about when carriers start to become this oppressive force that every Zerg fears. And every Zerg fears that when they've gotten into the late game totally intact with a maxed out force with 5 or 6 bases. Jacobus has none of those things.
Yeah.
Jacobus is coming into the late game crippled. And this is an army that most Zergs have trouble beating on their best day.
Yep.
This is not Jacobus' best day. I think this army is going to roll over Jacobus here. But Jacobus is going to try his best. Does he have any observers with this army?
Yep,
I don't think he does.
Yeah, he has. Right there.
Yep, there you go. Yep, there it is. I see it now. And these lurkers are just going to they're just going to melt. They don't even kill the High Templar in the front. The storms go down. The carrier's doing tremendous DPS. Just taking out the Corruptors one by one.
Oh, and the War Prism even lives.
Yep. Just nothing is going right for Jacobus here. 14 more carriers on the way, but it just doesn't matter. Everything is going to go down. Jacobus GG's. Swaggar will win and bring the series to 5-4 in PsiX's favor. PsiX goes on to the finals in the winners bracket.
Congratulations, Swaghar, and also congratulations to Psionic Aftermath, and well played by LiT. They pushed it into the ace match, and all these
It
games
was a great
been
match.
yeah, this series has been sick. A lot of back and
Oh
forth.
yeah, we had so many crazy games.
A lot of weird and crazy games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
All right. Thanks also to Kia for leading the clan war not the clan war, the TAWOT match for Team LiT. Also, thanks to Sushi for leading Sonic Aftermath as well. Let's see. One last look at the chat. Oh, it looks like they're actually on the 2-minute delay, so they're still watching the game. All right, so let's go ahead and congrats to Kia as well.
Yeah, we went to 5-4, went to the ace match. I love how so many of these ones do go to the ace match.
Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. Do you have any last words before we go out?
Yeah, we've got some more events coming up for you people in Europe. First of all, thank you for showing up at this time of the day to watch us.
Yeah.
Second of all, tomorrow we have Clem versus Denver in our PsiX Pro Series on Africa at 1 p.m. At 7 p.m. CEST, at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. That's going to be a TVZ. It's going to be a great match. Clem's a very good up and coming NA Terran. I believe he's from NA. I don't know quite as much about Denver. Actually, no, I think Clem is European, but I get them mixed up. There's a lot of good up-and-coming players. I think I got Clem mixed up with Future. The point is, Clem is one of those up-and-coming Terrans. He's only a step below the real top guys, but he doesn't get as much exposure as we'd like. That's why the PsiX Pro Series exists. On the 1st of May, we actually have 2 clan wars going on at once from ATL Europe. We have got the PsiX European team on one of the streams, and the PsiX Yankees team on the other. ATL Europe Amateur, it is four players at 47 MMR, 100 MMR or below. I would have liked to participate, but I get like 350 ping to Europe, and it's at like 4 AM my time, so...
I see.
Yeah. And on the 4th of May, at 7 PM Eastern Standard Time, we have an in-house clan war.
Yep, it's going to be led by
Which is going to
Jetix.
be very interesting. Holo, Jardoza, Kingslayer, and Kuna, all very strong players, are going to be captaining teams. So just doing an experiment, seeing.
It's kind of like
how things go.
I think it's kind of like a nation war kind of thing, except it's like a little bit different format.
A best of 3 ace match
Yeah.
to finish things off. It looks like a pro league type of format for the first 3.
No, it's an all kill for the first 2 players, and then like a pro league for the GM, and then there's an ace match at the end. It's kind of weird, but in terms of the format,
It is kind of weird, but
it's
I'm
experimental.
Sure that, I'm sure the casters will explain it.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I don't need to cast that one because I have no idea what's going on. But the point is, it's going to be a lot of great games.
Yep. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys follow us. We have a bunch of events, as Salavant just explained. So we look forward to seeing you guys. And also, the TAWOT final should happen, I believe, in maybe 2 weeks, because the losers bracket needs to be played out before we play out the finals. But anyhow, yeah, hope you guys join us for that as well. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time, guys. Much love and take care.